Rumble. We've got our own thoughts about what legends we expect to see or hope to see return. And I don't know, man. It's getting quite exciting. And a big fan of SmackDown, of course. Love what they're doing on this show. We've obviously got Roman and Kevin Owens and that great story that's being told. Last week, of course, we saw Apollo backstage in Roman's locker room. So that was very interesting. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun to see them do something with Apollo. And he is in action tonight. He is going for the IC Championship. He is competing for the Intercontinental Championship. So, yeah, very much looking forward to seeing that story develop as well. So, obviously, I've got a full breakdown of what we're going to see tonight. Obviously, as well, there's a lot of news. There's loads to talk about. So we need to go through all of that. Big shout out to everyone that is in the chat. I can see people's logos starting to change over for all of those members that are in the chat. People that have been with us for 6 months. Look at that. That's amazing. So future compilations and LSW. Let me try actually. People, is it going to give me that breakdown? I don't know if it's actually going to tell me everyone that's been with us for 6 months yet. Let me have a look. Well, I've got a list of people that have been members for 5 months. Let me just start by reading out this quick list. I want to thank all of these people that have been subscribers for says 5 months, but I believe now you're starting to see it change to 6 months. You're starting to see these purple Wrestling Days logos come through. So let me quickly shout these people out. Then we'll go to all the latest news. And, man, there is a lot to go through. So, big shout out. A big thank you to Sean Mack, Dan T, Wrestling Dude, WWE Freak Official, Sean Reset, Jason Storfer, Hayden Garrett, John DeOria, Vape Ross Vape, Dave in Real Life, Ryan Reynolds, William Hensey, Chalmers Jimafi, Wrestle with Andy, B Tazzy the Party, Austin 316, Future Compilations, Jennifer Lockhart, LSW, Sandman 882, J14, Shaquem 23, Aceman 34, Scowls 24, Ghost EP, Elder Sour, The Sunny Wolf, Chris Morris, Danny Barnhouse, Vince McMahon. I knew it. David Paul, Nightmare's Mom, Jeremy Ruhr, Monica King, Patrick O'Neill, Daniel Carty, Aidan Burke. God, this is long. Randy Cabbage. Sorry. Henry J. Pitt, Jason Peace, Manuel Luis Pereira, Cavell Walker. Is this ever going to end? Dazzle by Nature, Tall Paul 2000, Glenn Cornwall, Alexander Young, Cephas 79. I hope you've made a cup of tea or something. Honestly, when I started this, I thought it was going to be like 20-odd names. Woo! Cephas 79, Alfredo Bonzo, Madupt, Andy E, Eric Spearman, Matt Dua, Doctor Who is Beast, Dat King Who Plays, Lee Strack, Jennifer Palmer, Misty Apurk, a very Irish potato, Miss Clown 1, Moda, we're almost there, Gavin Johnson, Mr. Rotella, and Dark End, and Richie Oxford. Whoa, I need to lie down after that. Shout out to all of those people that, according to the membership thing, have been members of the channel for 5 months, and we're starting to see those now tick over to 6 months, and we're starting to see these purple logos coming through. So big shout out to all of those people. Really, really do appreciate the support, man. Really do appreciate the support. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, right, I think we've definitely covered that. I think we can all agree we have definitely boxed that off, right? So, big shout out to all of those people. I heard the alert go off, but I was in the middle of reading it out, so I've got no idea. I feel like someone might have just joined. Will it give me that information? Hang on. Last updated. Timers member. Rude Boy. I'm going to say Rude Boy just joined. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it's telling me. So, big shout out to... Come here, Rude Boy. Come and give me love. Come
Ricky
here, Rude
KV
Boy.
is a legend.
Come and give me
They
love.
donated £5 via a super chat. Been a very stressful week for me with college, and your streams have been helping me out a lot. Thanks for everything you do though these tough times. Heart.
Shout out to you, Ricky KV. Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you. Thank all of you. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we started doing these streams a few years ago. I couldn't do them when I was living down in Southampton because I actually had like a full-time job at the same time. But since I moved back to the Midlands, we've been able to do streams. So we've been streaming since like 2018. But obviously, you know, what with 2020 and lockdowns and the pandemic and everything, this became a much bigger focus on the channel. And because obviously there was just no options for going out. And everyone was kind of locked indoors. And, you know, to see the community and kind of where we are now and the same names. I mean, like that list I just read out, even I didn't appreciate like how big that list was and how many people have been supporting this channel for that length of time. So it's not something that we really spend a great deal of time talking about. But how great that we can just take a moment just to kind of acknowledge those people and everyone that joins us on a regular basis. So really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. So shout out to you as well, Ricky KV. Really appreciate the support. So with all of that being said, let's just move that to one side for a second because we've got tons to talk about. Not loads in regards to a preview tonight. We've got Big E against Apollo, as I said at the start, and how interesting that could be because Apollo is seemingly now with Roman, or certainly getting advice from Roman. They certainly seem to be on the same page. I really like the fact that Apollo is with Roman, and I hope that's something that they continue to explore. I hope it wasn't just like a one-off thing. I think that could work for Apollo, and, you know, it just makes Roman a little bit stronger. It's just someone else that's falling into line. So I'm really into that. So we're going to see an IC championship match tonight. I'm not expecting Big E to lose the title. I don't quite know how they're going to book it. There could be some outside interference. I don't know if we're going to see Jey Uso getting involved or how this is going to pan out. But I'm expecting something. I'm not expecting a clean finish and that's it, we're done. So we'll have to see what they've got in store. Of course, they've been building Nakamura up recently as well. So I would expect that to continue tonight. The other thing that they've announced is, of course, we're going to see Bayley and Bianca Belair in a obstacle course challenge. I'm down for this. I think it was a bit ridiculous how it came about. I mean, Bianca Belair is known as a cardio machine. She is like someone that is super athletic, someone that hits the gym hard. She's well built. I mean, she's just an absolute beast. And for Bayley to think that she's going to be able to beat Belair in an obstacle course, I don't know. I can't tell if it's delusional or just outright stupidity. But we're going to get it tonight. I'm expecting Belair to absolutely dominate. Bayley's going to get frustrated. She'll end up attacking. Maybe this sets up a match for next week. I don't know. I mean, both women are in the Rumble, so it won't be a match at the Rumble pay-per-view, but maybe it sets up a match for next week. Obviously, they faced each other before, and Bayley came out on top. Maybe we get a match next week and Bianca evens the score. But I'm expecting, obviously, Bianca to do well tonight. So that's all that's been announced, or certainly all that I've seen for tonight's show. Of course, it's only 2 hours, and whatever the first match is tends to get given a good chunk of time. So before you know it, a quarter of the show has gone without even trying. So I like the fact that it's not like bloated or they try and just shove as much on as they can. I think that's a big strength of SmackDown. Really good storytelling that's given the time it needs. So I like it. I'm into it. Yeah, all looks fine. Should be a good show. SmackDown has consistently been the better show out of the wrestling shows for a good few weeks now, for quite a while. This is definitely one of the streams that I look forward to the most. So yeah, I do love Fridays. I do love SmackDown. And I'm excited for tonight. Obviously, as well, got to take a moment before we get into the news and we jump into the chat and all of that kind of stuff. Got to take a moment to talk about tomorrow. I know many of you are UFC fans. I know there's going to be a good chunk of you that maybe are not. That's absolutely fine. But tomorrow is huge. Tomorrow is one of the biggest streams, literally one of the biggest streams that we will do all year. At the moment, it looks like we'll be streaming for 8 hours. I think that it's going to be longer than that. I can see us starting a little bit earlier than planned, maybe even finishing a little bit later than planned. But basically tomorrow, around about 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. UK time. But again, I'm expecting earlier than that. We will start our UFC coverage. Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor, in action tomorrow, taking on the Diamond Dustin Poirier. And if you don't know Dustin Poirier, he is legit. He is one of the best lightweights in the world. He is not a pushover. In fact, last year, he had a fight of the year contender against Dan Hooker. So this is going to be a tough ask for Conor McGregor, but a lot of people predicting that Conor's going to get the job done. That's the main event. The rest of the card looks really exciting as well. Big show, big stream. If you're watching that show, join us, of course. If not, if you want to swing by and say hello, you can do that as well, of course. It's going to be big. So we've got that tomorrow. And then, of course, next weekend, we got the Royal Rumble. And, I need to take this opportunity as well to talk about Tuesday, because on Tuesday, we've got the Superstar Spectacular. I don't know what it is, right? I think it's Spectacle. Superstar Spectacles, right? It's where we just talk about superstars that wear glasses. So we've got that on Tuesday. I'm joking, of course. It's the Indian show. So it's the show that's being filmed, I believe, right now. And it's going to have exclusive matches. It's going to have superstars that we've never seen before. Some like Indian talent that's at the Performance Center that, to my knowledge, has never even appeared on NXT. There'll be a few stars that have appeared, like Indus Sher. I think Jinder Mahal are going to be in action. There's going to be, I think Bailey is on that show as well. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be something really different. It's going to have a different flavor to it. And obviously it's all to kind of herald the arrival of NXT India. I would imagine that gets announced on the show. I would guess. I think it's like a partnership that they've got with India and Sony TV or something. Didn't look like it was going to be on the network, but it is on the network now. So Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, which I know is going to suck for some people because people have got work and school and stuff like that. But in the UK, we're obviously in lockdown at the moment. And I know there's a lot of people's workplaces, schools that aren't open. We are doing that stream. So we got SmackDown tonight, UFC tomorrow. I have no idea what's happening Sunday. I don't think we're doing anything Sunday because I think I'll be in a coma. But then on Monday, we've got Raw. On Tuesday, we've got Superstar Spectacles. On Wednesday, we've got NXT AEW. Thursday, I'm pretty sure we will be doing a watch-along. I'm pretty sure People are like, are we doing another Royal Rumble? I do want to get one done, so I think we'll do it on Thursday. So I think Thursday night we will be doing a Royal Rumble watch along. So, and then Friday Smackdown, and then of course we get into the Rumble again. So I'm tired. Just thinking. I was tired after reading out all them names. Now that I've read out the list of streams that are coming out, I'm even more shattered. So yeah, there's a lot on the way. There is a lot on the way. Right, news-wise, I do need to talk about that. I do want to jump into the chat as well. I feel like I'm ignoring people. Days, who do you think will win out of Sasha and Asuka when they defend their championships at the Royal Rumble? I think Asuka defends against Nia and Sasha defends against Carmella. Roblox aesthetics. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's guaranteed that both will defend their championships. I mean, the Royal Rumble undercard, I don't know if you always get, like, the Universal, the WWE, the Women's Raw, the Women's Smackdown. I don't know if all of them do get defended on the Royal Rumble show. I feel like the past few years, the two women's ones have. So I would say it's likely, but I don't know that it's certain. And the reason I say that is because it's clearly at the moment Alexa and Asuka. So with Alexa in the Rumble, would you put someone in just short term for the sake of the Rumble? Like, would you now just put Nia in there for, like, no reason? I don't know. I find that kind of tricky. I find it, just the whole thing, strange. But I don't understand why Alexa has seemingly beaten Asuka and doesn't get a title match. Normally, if you beat the champion, then you get the title match. And I'm sure they would give her a title match, but she's already announced that she's going to be in the Rumble. So, I don't know. It might be that Asuka just doesn't defend. But if she does, then I suppose Nia, Shayna. I mean, Shayna would be great, actually. I'd love to see Asuka against Shayna. That would be a really great match. So, yeah, I'd be down for that. In regards to Sasha Carmella, definitely. I mean, like, Sasha wants to take on the Somalia, doesn't she? So I believe we're going to see that match, her against the Somalia, which will be, I think I read the first official intergender match for a good few years. Wasn't it Becky versus James Ellsworth? I don't know if that was the last proper intergender match, like properly announced. Not like where, you know, a female beats up a male, attacks them or whatever, but like an actual official sanctioned match between a male talent and a female talent. I seem to recall Becky versus James Ellsworth, but I can't remember any other since. There might have been something since then. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get Becky versus Sasha versus this Somalia, and then she will go on to face Carmella probably at the Royal Rumble. So Hasib says, Days, can't believe you were right about the Liverpool Man U being boring and 0-0. I had a lot of hope for the game, but at least we're still top of the league. Yeah, I mean, I do find that when Man United are on a roll, when they face a big team like that, it does tend to end in a stalemate. I mean, United can have real momentum, and then they take on a Liverpool, or they'll take on a Man City, or they'll take on an Arsenal. I mean, didn't we play Arsenal not too long ago and ended up losing 1-0 or something? I can't quite remember the score off the top of my head, but for some reason, if we're struggling, it's so strange. If Man U are struggling and then they face a big team, they tend to win. If they're winning and then they face a big team, they tend to lose or draw. I don't understand it. I do not. And you would think that if they were winning and everything's great, they would go in with bags of confidence and they would get the job done. But it just never seems to go that way. So yeah, my gut feeling was that we were doing quite well at the moment, and that would happen. We'd face Liverpool and it would be a 0-0, or you know, if anything, I feared they might pinch a 1-0 off us or something. So I'll take the 0-0, especially as Liverpool lost to Burnley the other day as well, which was a big result, obviously. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Days, The Observer says that Taya will be debuting at the Rumble, says Anthony. That's interesting. Jim Gore, shout out to you, says, did you hear that Ciampa and Thatcher are entering as a team? I did, yes, I did. Obviously quite a surprise following the fight pit. I think there was a little clip that kind of explained it, showed them coming together. What I do like is it does make sense, because obviously there was a real show of respect at the end where they were just kind of like staring at each other. But they weren't staring at each other as like they wanted to rip each other's heads off a little bit more. After that fight pit match, they were kind of sitting there staring, just really acknowledging the fact that they'd both just been pushed, to maybe lengths that they hadn't been pushed to before, or certainly for a long time in Tommaso's case. So I think them two coming together is a really nice story, actually. So I like that. I was on board with it. So we spoke about the Superstar Spectacle. The big news, I feel like it's the big news. I feel like this is what Twitter is talking about right now, is the Undertaker's comments. I both agree and disagree with his comments. It seems like a lot of people are, I would say, disappointed with what the Undertaker had to say. I understand where he's coming from. I disagree with part of what he has said. I'm not angry about it like some people seem to be. Doesn't bother me in the slightest, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, there seems to be a little bit of anger out there. Like, it's so strange to see the Undertaker getting a little bit of hate. Undertaker's kind of one of them people that just everyone universally loves. You just never hear bad things about the Undertaker. So to see like some tweets out there where people are like ripping into him a little bit for his comments.
Glasgow Geek 1985 is a legend. They donated £2 via a super chat. Fernando Torres in the Rumble?
I don't think so. I certainly don't think so, actually, because of the fact that we're getting Joe Biden's bringing in a lot more tighter restrictions when it comes to quarantines and things like this. I was just reading an article where could get a little bit tricky for UFC and WWE with some of these proposals that Biden has got. He wants to come, obviously, they're looking at like overhauling their approach to the coronavirus, and he's signed a load of executive orders, and some of these now are to do with quarantine times, and even if you're coming from Canada, then you might have to go into quarantine for a certain amount of time, and there's a lot of disruption. So Fernando Torres going into the Rumble, I don't see it. For those that don't know who Fernando Torres is, he's a football player, a soccer player, and he's really bulked out. And there was a real buzz about him at the moment. But no, I don't see it. But shout out to you, Glasgow Geek 1985. I hope you are well. So yeah, Undertaker getting a little bit of backlash. For those of you that didn't hear what he had to say, he turned around and said that locker rooms have gone a little bit soft. He said that when he came into the business, there was guys in the locker room that used to take care of business. Men used to be men. And I think that line has kind of upset people. And I can understand that. Men used to be men. It's not really great. That's not really great. There's not really... I can understand what he's saying, though, because I do think part of it is the perception of wrestling. Back in the day, you used to have really rough, tough guys, the kind of guys that you just would not want to cross in a dark alleyway. Do you know what I mean? Like your Hakus of the world, your Harley Races of the world, your Bruiser Brodies of the world, your Warlords, and you know what I mean? Like all of these kind of vicious killers. Like that was wrestling. It was, mean and rough and tough. And what he's saying now is he kind of looks around and it's all a little bit soft. He looks around and he was talking about video games and people making themselves look pretty, the guys in the guys' locker rooms and whatever. I don't think he's particularly got anything against video games. I don't think that was the takeaway. I said on the members stream yesterday, back in the day, Undertaker and Andre the Giant and people like that used to play card games backstage. So video games is just the modern day version of that. So I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's really what he's saying. I think he's more saying that kind of go into the locker room now and it's all soft and like you don't really look around and see those killers anymore. You don't see those guys that you wouldn't want to go down a dark alleyway and bump into. There might be some. You might look at like a Roman Reigns or a Drew McIntyre, but I can see his point that the locker room overall, comparing this locker room to locker rooms of days gone by, it's a little softer in his opinion. I can see his point, and as I said, there's things in there that I agree with. There's things in there that I don't agree with. But it was just interesting seeing the backlash, to be honest, and him saying that he struggles with the modern product as well. And Roman said the same. Roman came out and said that the PC shows were trash. He came out and said that what WWE was doing during the pandemic at the PC was trash. Hated watching them. It's like, what's this? Kick WWE Day. Yeah, a little bit surprising that all this news is breaking through at the same time. So, I don't know, man. I mean, look, the pandemic, it's not been great for wrestling. It's not been great for anything unless you're someone that makes masks. Yeah, once we get past it, then hopefully we can, get back to where we were. I don't think 2020 goes down as a great year. I think that, high hopes for 2021, but yeah, a bit of backlash on the dead man over all of that. Unbroken says Otmar Azitar is cut from UFC. I don't know if you heard. Yes, I did, my friend. Yeah, so that's a crazy story. So for those that don't follow UFC, there was a UFC fighter who was inside this bubble, right? This quarantine bubble. And for some reason, him and his team cut off their wristbands, gave them to people outside of the bubble. They came in with a package, and we don't know what was in the package. And apparently they were like going across balconies and all of this, trying to get the package to the fighter that's now been kicked out. And it is all proper like Mission Impossible stuff. It's like, it's madness. Dana White was like, couldn't believe it. The video clip of Dana explaining what's happened, I was watching it. It's just, you just can't get your head around it. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation. There could have been drugs inside that package, like performance-enhancing drugs, to try and, help the guy for his fight tomorrow and all of this. But I don't know what the truth is. I don't know. All I know is that he's not in the UFC anymore. And that's got to be one of the wildest reasons for getting kicked out of the company I've ever heard. So, yeah, madness. Wrestlers. Shout out to you, Brian Keane. Hope you are well. Evan says Cain Velasquez returning tonight because Ray said, I know who can help us last week to Dominic. I'd love Cain Velasquez to come in. I'm a big Cain Velasquez fan. I think that what he was able to achieve in UFC was incredible. I think that he is someone that really needed to go away, actually, and kind of work on his physique a little bit. I don't think it translated very well to WWE. Talking of looking around a locker room and seeing killers, if you've got Cain Velasquez in that locker room, then you've got a guaranteed killer in there. He is the man that obviously beat Brock Lesnar for real in the UFC, taking his championship off of him, busting up his cheek, giving him a scar under it. This is a guy that beat up Brock Lesnar, legit. So he is, he is a good person to have around. But the problem is that his physique isn't, just doesn't look that great. And he had a few injuries as well. So hopefully he's gone away, sorted that, and they are going to bring him back. If they can work with him a little bit, get his physique looking a little better, they could have like a real, and they use him right, they could have a real interesting star there. The only thing is that even though he knows how to grapple and he knows how to wrestle, it's very different doing that from real and reality to, like, obviously the more performance pro wrestling way of doing it. So he definitely needs some time in NXT, or just the Performance Center. I wouldn't put him in NXT, but just the Performance Center, working behind the scenes. He just wasn't, when he came in, he just wasn't ready. So we haven't seen him for a long time, actually. So hopefully he's spent the good part of 2020 doing exactly all of that. Austin says, your physique is great, Days, and that is all that matters. Flying Titius says, Days, Slapjack will win the Rumble with 15 eliminations and 4 kills. Days, to be honest, I don't know if SmackDown would be the same without you. Thank you, Clay Harrison. That's very kind, my friend. I think that the show is a very good show. There's no denying that I enjoy Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, UFC. I enjoy all of the shows more by spending it with you guys and getting your thoughts and having a laugh with you guys. If I was just sat here on my own, I don't think I would enjoy the shows as much. But I do think that SmackDown is still a very good show. It's a show that I would, regardless, still look forward to. So, shout out to everyone that's joining us. Let me make sure that I've ticked off all of my thoughts here. Roman trashing the PC shows. We spoke about that. Undertaker's comments. We spoke about that. The only thing was Xavier Woods came back with a really good response. Let me find Xavier Woods' response, because it was diplomatic, respectful, and really classy. Really classy. So I'm going to find Xavier's response whilst David Paul has his message read out. Let me see if I can find Xavier Woods' response. David Paul, hope you are well. Is she going to read it out? She's taking a sweet time. I've got his tweet. Yeah, I do. Yes, David, you are right. That'll be the next thing that we come to. We will get to that.
David Paul is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. NBC is getting rid of NBC Sports Network effective end of 2021, which will cause more to be on USA, which in all likelihood affect Raw and NXT.
Yes, excellent point. That will be what we come to next. So let me just tell you what Woods said in response to The Undertaker. He said, I wouldn't be the person that I am without the guidance and lessons of a few key people from the previous generation of wrestling. So Woods starting off by really putting over some of the stars from the past. So nice. He says, they taught me about the business, to save my money, and that having video games in a locker room is healthier than having... And then he's put redacted, so I suppose you can put anything you want there. You could put the knives and the guns that Undertaker was talking about. You could probably put in drugs in there as well. You could probably put in women, or, I don't know, any other bits and bobs that you want to put in there. But he's saying that video games is healthier than, having some of those vices, if you will, that some of the guys in the past had. Thank you, guys, is what he said. So I love that. I really love that response. That's Xavier Woods kind of responding to The Undertaker's comments by saying that he loves the legends. He's learnt a lot from them. They taught him to save his money. And they also have taught him that video games is healthier than, what was going on in locker rooms back in the day. So I love that. I just to finish off this point, I genuinely don't think Undertaker was having a pop at video games. I don't think that was his point. I think his point was more, if you walk into the locker rooms, people playing video games, people making themselves look pretty, and the overall vibe isn't, I've just walked into a den of killers, compared to back in the day when you would walk into a den of killers. And I think it was more that. I don't think he was having a pop at video games, but a great response from Xavier Woods. Yes, David Paul is absolutely right. NBC Sports Network. is ending at the end of this year. Now, a lot of people might go, right, like, maybe not that dramatic, but they might do that. And go, I don't care, I don't watch NBC. Well, start to care, because some of those shows are coming to the USA Network. Do you know what's on the USA Network? Raw and NXT. And that means that there is to be disruption. They're even talking about now NXT moving to a completely different day, which is brilliant for me. And I should imagine for many of you that try to watch both shows, I would much, much, much rather have Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, AEW on Wednesday, sleep on Thursday, SmackDown on Friday. Like, it just works so much better. So I'm all for that. But the disruption to like Raw could be a problem for WWE, in all fairness. I mean, they'll still obviously try and put the show on, but is it going to change times? Is it going to have to change days? Like, one week it might be on a Monday, next week it might have to move to a Tuesday, or is it going to be on at like 1 o'clock in the morning in America? Or I don't know. I don't know what disruption is going to be caused by this, but it's a big problem. I should imagine there's crisis meetings going on, trying to get some clarity on what this is gonna mean. So NBC Sports Network closing at the end of the year means that everything should be the same for 2021, but things could get interesting by the end of the year. Wrestle votes as well. Amazingly, we've only got just over 20 minutes to go until SmackDown begins. But Wrestle votes have come out and sent out a very interesting message. Apparently, there are no matches that are sorted for WrestleMania. I think that came from Meltzer, actually. So as we're sitting here right now, there's still, like, it's all up in the air. We don't know which way they're going to go. They're going to have to make a decision soon because, of course, they're going to need a Rumble winner. But it doesn't fill me with high hopes, the fact that we're sitting here towards the end of January and we still don't know any of the key matches for WrestleMania. Back in the day, WrestleMania used to be sorted by, like, SummerSlam. They used to know what they wanted at SummerSlam, and then they could, like, start to build and, you know, everything would be in place by the time we hit the new year. Now we're sitting here and apparently, literally the week before the Rumble, we still don't know what's happening with WrestleMania. It's madness. It is madness. I mean, I suppose I can forgive them this year because of the pandemic and there's a lot of stars and maybe they're trying to figure out who's coming back and hard to plan when you maybe don't know if Becky's coming back, or maybe you'd like to know and see if you could get Ronda, or what's Cena doing with his filming schedule. Have you got Cena? If you can get Cena, then things change. And obviously with filming not on at the moment, then maybe that's an option. Could we get Roman? Where's WrestleMania even going to be held? But I mean, this was the year it was meant to be in Hollywood. We were meant to be at Raymond James Stadium last year and Hollywood this year. All of a sudden now we're doing Raymond James Stadium this year. So I can get it. I can understand it. There's a lot of disruption. But it doesn't fill me with hope that we don't quite know what the matches are going to be. But what was interesting about the WrestleVotes tweet was he said The Rock is unlikely. Okay, I think we had presumed that by now. Cena and Goldberg are locks, apparently, which means they are locked in. They are happening, not facing each other, but they are both going to be on the card. They are going to be on the show in some manner. So John Cena coming back for Mania by the looks of it. Goldberg back already, but seemingly going to be at Mania as well. I suppose there could be a little bit of concern. I think you're allowed to start to get a little concerned that Goldberg wins against Drew and then maybe they look to do the rematch at Mania. That would be a way of getting Goldberg on the card. So I think you are allowed to panic just a little bit more now that it looks like Goldberg is going to be on that card. The one that's caught people's attention is Undertaker. Undertaker TBD. Now, I don't think he would have a match. I think that he might make an appearance, but I would guess that he would be like American Badass. I could see him coming down as Mark Calloway, in all honesty. I could see him coming down on a bike and hitting the ring and everything. And of course, you look at it and it's Undertaker, but maybe the graphic on screen says Mark Calloway and it doesn't say Undertaker, because that Undertaker character retired. I mean, gotta be honest, it would suck. It would. I'm a big Undertaker fan. I love his matches, his presentation, and you know, I mean, all of that. I've followed his career, but I mean, that was it. He's had the goodbye, the Paul Bearer thing, and the thing, and the things, and all the things, and now we're going to bring him back. Does Vince think that he's like in the Men in Black and he's got one of them things and we've all just forgotten what happened at Survivor Series, and now we're just going to be like, yeah, okay, that's fine, yeah, let's bring him back. So I don't know. I can't see Undertaker having a match. I can't. If he does, I think it'll be under the Mark Calloway name. And I mean, I'd be down for that, actually. I'd be down for that. Have Mark Calloway come down like American Badass. And again, you know, you don't have to announce him as Undertaker. You can bring him in as Mark Calloway. I suppose you would have to say use the Undertaker name for the casual fans. Casual fans might not know who Mark Calloway is. So maybe you'd have to do it on like the press or something. I don't know. Gets a bit messy, doesn't it? Gets a bit messy. So yeah, interesting all the same. Days, are you ready for Usman against Burns? Oh, buddy, listen, we've got to get through Connor first, haven't we? We've got to get past Connor and Dustin. So excited for that. So excited for that. I think The Fiend should fly his way to the Royal Rumble. That would be sexy. He might be doing that right now. It's maybe why we haven't seen him. Perhaps he's up in the sky, flying around. Whee! Dave, we spoke to that. Days, what are your thoughts on wrestling in 2021 so far? It's so
Gaming
far. It's
in
more
real time
of the
is a
same,
legend.
isn't it?
They donated $5 New Zealand via a super chat. I think we get Roman versus Goldberg. And the brand split after Mania. I would also love Raw to be reduced down to 2 hours per show. Quality over quantity.
Shout out to you, Gaming in Real Time. Yeah, I agree with some of that. Roman Goldberg, I don't mind it. Roman has to win. I don't mind it. I mean, like, clearly the reason they're using Goldberg, there must be some numbers that suggest that he is a ratings draw. There's got to be something somewhere, some numbers that I just cannot fathom that say, yeah, this is a guy that still draws interest. This is a guy that still brings eyes to the product. This is a guy that's people, I don't know, around the world. I don't know. I mean, we're so used to looking at like the United States trending on Twitter or the UK trending. I don't know. Maybe Goldberg does it in other countries. Saudi Arabia. I mean, I think like there's definitely countries around the world that would view him as, you know, the legend. He is a legend. I mean, you can't deny he's a legend. He is a legend. I can't explain it, but yeah, he's going to be there against Roman. As long as Roman kills him, I don't mind it. And I think there's better though. I'd rather do Roman Daniel. Let's make no mistake about that. There is definitely better matches. There's definitely better matches, but end the brand split after Mania. I don't know, dude. The only problem is that I think there's some bad stuff on Raw that then might bleed into SmackDown. I kind of feel like SmackDown's doing well at the moment. I feel like Raw every week is a struggle, and SmackDown every week is, you know, a good show. So if you end it, I don't think we get 2 good shows. Let's put it that way. I think that they just kind of bleed into each other, and some of the bad stuff from Raw goes to SmackDown. Maybe some of the good stuff from SmackDown goes to Raw, but I think the whole product overall just becomes, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. I would much rather not be the biggest Raw fan, but get a really good show on Friday than 2 shows that are just, I don't know what we're going to get. So I'm not sure. I do agree Raw going down to 2 hours, but I can't see it. They make too much money from advertising. So, but I'm with you on quality over quantity. Trying to sit through a 3-hour Raw is tough sometimes. What are your thoughts on Ryberg's garbage WWE comments, says Anthony. I think that he is frustrated with how he was booked. I think that he wanted more, feed him more. And I just think that he's disillusioned. He's not alone. There's a lot of ex-WWE and wrestling superstars that struggle when they leave the business. So I think Ryback is... I think he means what he says. I think he's frustrated. I think that he's angry. I think that it didn't go the way that he wanted. And I think he's just, shouting off about it. Which is, fair to do, right to do, if that's how he feels. And I think it probably is. But he's clearly ruffling some feathers. I saw that he said that the championships were just a prop and all this kind of stuff. And Mark Henry fired shots back as well. And I don't know. I just kind of... he's not been around for so long that... I've got to be honest, none of it surprised me. I'm more surprised at how surprised people have been. Like, we know that he was disillusioned with the company. So, his comments, not a surprise in the slightest. But what surprised me is the fact that people have responded and that Mark Henry has fired back and all this kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I found that the strangest part of it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I just kind of think, let him do what he wants to do on his own podcast, really. If I don't even know how he's got an audience anymore. I mean, like, he's been gone for quite a long time. He's been gone from quite a long time. Who's tuning into the Ryback podcast? I don't know. Even that surprises me. I've never thought about that. So, what is his audience? Who's tuning into that? I don't know. I don't think he had the biggest fan base, if I'm being perfectly honest. So, yeah. Well, that's my thoughts. My thoughts are, I wasn't surprised by it. Clay Harrison says, Days, if Goldberg wins, I'm Claymore in my TV. Goldberg walks in and just gets a match. Thatcher and Ciampa will compete in a first-round Dusty Classic match against Tony Nese and Arya Daivari on tonight's 205 Live. Miss Clown 1, hope you are well. Days, who would you match up with Prime APA? Hey, look, if you want to go back to Undertaker's comments about, do you know what I mean, locker rooms being a little soft and everything, APA, man, the APA... They were legit, weren't they? Have you got... I suppose the closest we had would be maybe the Bar. Or like... that would be great. Could you imagine Cesaro and Sheamus against the APA? It's a shame, actually, that they didn't have like an APA kind of a gimmick. The Bar. But that's the first names that come to mind. Would be those guys. APA coming in as the faces. And Sheamus and Cesaro as the heels. I think I'd go Bar over... I don't know that Nakamura would work as well. Nakamura and Cesaro. I'd go Sheamus and Cesaro. I know the Bar have been broken up for a little while now, but that's the first names that come to mind. I don't know, like right now, tag division's awful. The tag division's an absolute car crash. So I can't sit here right now and go, yeah, it's got to be this team. I mean, I wouldn't want to see the Street Profits. Hurt Business could be cool, I suppose. Hurt Business could be fun. I'd be down for, like, face APA against heel Hurt Business. And have the Hurt Business go over. That would be fun. Because APA, as we said, killers. Awesome. So Hurt Business going over them, that could be interesting. I don't know what's happening with the Hurt Business, though, because there's obviously a lot of dissension within the ranks. So, or maybe Retribution. Retribution! I want to see Slapjack and T-Bar taking on Farouk and Bradshaw. Oh, dream match. Dream match. T-Bar and Slapjack taking on the APA. Oh. You won't believe, but there is 11 tag teams in total in WWE. The only way Days would accept Goldberg winning is if Asuka squashes him. Days, have you bought the pay-per-view yet? No. No, I haven't. It's only £20 here in the UK, which I think is very reasonable. I understand it's on in the middle of the night, but it's Connor, isn't it, from Ireland? So obviously there's a lot of Irish people over here in the UK as well. And, well, I mean, Ireland's the same time zone also. So, yeah, I was quite surprised it was only £20. I can't imagine it's only £20 in America, for example. But in all fairness, it's very unusual that we have to pay at all. Normally, when it comes to the UFC pay-per-view shows, they're just on TV for us because it's middle of the night. And it's normally like Americans and, do you know what I mean, taking on Brazilians and Russians, and doesn't tend to be really anyone from the UK. So I think as a result, it has an appeal, but maybe not to casual fans. This does. This does. Conor McGregor does appeal to casual fans. So, no, I've not bought it yet. I will buy it. Well, of course I will buy it. But yeah, just we spoke about it earlier, but we tomorrow are doing a stream. It'll be about 8 hours. We're doing the early prelims, the main show, but I will start probably
Anna
an
Dawes
hour
is a legend.
before
They
the early
donated
prelims.
£4.99
Anna, hello.
via a super chat. Hey mate, hope you're well.
Hello.
I have never asked for this till now, but I've just celebrated my birthday. 49 now. Can I get a shout out? Cheers, bud. Party face.
Oh, Anna! No. I dropped a chair on my foot, says Clay Harrison. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Liam Crook says, Days, loving the stream. So I'm joking, Anna! Of course I'm joking. Ah, you should have seen your face. Anna Dawes, happy 49th birthday. I got to tell you, I saw a picture of Anna Dawes and I thought she was 18. Straight up, I was like, who is that 18-year-old? So I am stunned that you are 49 years old. 49 years young, Anna. That's what you are. 49 years young. Shout out to you, Anna Dawes. Of course, all of the chat right now gonna be wishing Anna a very happy birthday. You better. If you're sitting there right now, even if you've never sent a message in before, you better wish Anna Dawes a happy birthday for everything she does to this channel. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna do it. Happy birthday, Anna Dawes. Have I got some emojis? I should have some emojis. I better have it. Imagine if I didn't have access to the emojis. Unbelievable. Anna, I'm going to put a sexy in there. I've put a sexy. I've put a happy. I'm going to put a lol. I'm feeling that way. Even though I haven't really laughed out loud. And, oh, there's loads of emojis. There's little tooth and eyes. And a man with a spanner. Someone rock climbing. When would you ever use that? When would you ever use a man rock climbing? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Well, I'll use that. I'll use all three, actually. Because for some reason, they've decided that one man rock climbing in an orange t-shirt isn't enough. They've had to add another one with a man in a green t-shirt. And there's another one in a guy in a purple. Like, not only can you tell people that you went rock climbing, you can even use an emoji that's got the exact coloured shirt that you were wearing at the time. That is that is a level of detail that I did not think existed within the emoji world. But there we go. I'm going to send that right now. Boom. Oh, hello. It's added some extra ones. It's added some extra ones. I didn't add them. There's like symbols. I think it's like male and female. Why has it done that? I didn't even select them. Why has it done that? That's strange. I think we've just found like a secret code. I think if you use all 3 of the rock climbing emojis, which no one has ever done before, it adds like these. Guys, this is it. This is the reptilians. We've broken it. We've broken the code. We've broken the code. Oh my God. Q told me this day would come. He did. Q told me. Q was like, if you use the 3 rock climbing emojis, it will add extra emojis, and it's all a conspiracy. And I was like, shut up, Q. But he was right. He was right all along. Well, honestly, we went down a little journey then, didn't we, Anna? So there we go. Happy birthday to you, Anna Dawes. Happy birthday to you. I can't get rid of the emojis now. You've actually wrecked my chat. Boom. Why? I don't understand. I have no idea why that was added. Lone Star Friend, shout out to you. Dylan. Yeah, Dylan, for some reason, yours was deleted off. Conspiracy. Hang on. It is a conspiracy. Why are they all getting hidden? Hang on. Hang on. What's happening? People are actually putting these emojis in the chat and they're all getting hidden. Sporty Boy HB, I've just freed yours from prison, but they were all just getting hidden. I don't understand. And FFCB, what is going on? If you put the 3 rock climbing emojis into the chat, it hides them. Are you guys playing with me? Is this a prank? Is this a prank right now? Why has it done that? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on right now. Right, shout out to all the rock climbers that are out there, yeah? Regardless of what shirts you wear. Oh, don't turn into Sam. There's a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy. Where's the documentary crew? Bring them in? I want this recorded. Look, John Cena Gamer 0809, your message has been hidden. LSW, your message was hidden. Anthony, Tanjiro, have we found something here?
£2 via a super chat. Who's your fav indie wrestler and why is it me?
What? Urban Goth, shout out to you. Who is your favorite indie wrestler and why is it me? It is you because you've got a killer profile picture. You've caught us at the wrong time. Right now, like all these people are putting rock climbing emojis and it's automatically hiding them. Oh, I don't know. It deleted my message. Yes, Sporty Boy, it's happened again. Oh. Okay, we've got a minute and I'm freaking out over emojis. And this is all thanks to Anna Dawes. I think we found a glitch. With the system. Amazing. Sammy had better enter number 1 in the Rumble for his conspiracy theory. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I'd be down for that. He should enter as number 1. Here we go. Botchamania. Yeah, we need Botchamania to cover this. Right, my friends, we are going over to SmackDown. We've covered a lot of news. We've previewed SmackDown. We've found a glitch in the internet. It's a big deal. I'd say that's the best way to celebrate Anna's birthday. Defeat the rock climbers. Here we go, says John. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, here we go. We are going over. Oh no, the clock. Yes. No beeps. That's how we roll. No beeps. Got there before the countdown clock hit 0. That shows we are on the ball, man. We are rock climbing. That's what we're doing right now. Hardcore rock climbing. Right, we are just looking at a recap of last week at the moment. So we've got Adam Pearce. We've got Sonya Deville. Of course, Adam Pearce did the old flipperoonie. Signed the contract and then was like, oh, got an injury. Here's Kevin Owens. So that was last week. Detective Days doing his job and figuring out some stuff about emojis. I'm telling you, man. I like to tread where others fear. Are you ready for a good time? Says Dom 15. Buck, it happened to you as well, but I'm trying to. Moder alert. Hope you are well. So tonight on the show, whilst we're just waiting, we've got Big E defending his Intercontinental Championship against Apollo. We've got Bianca Belair and Bayley on a obstacle course challenge. And, of course, there's going to be more with this Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns build. And we should get... I don't know if this is the week that we're going to get Sasha against the Sommelier. I'm not sure if this is the week for that, but... well, we'll find out. It's only 2 hours, SmackDown. And, as we said, the first match tends to take up the first... quarter of the show with the opening promo, so it's always an easy watch. So very much looking forward to whatever they've got in store for us. My wrestling emoji keeps getting blocked. Justice for the alarm, says John. Urban Goth, hope you are well. Maria says, Days, can you read this? Are gonna see UFC tomorrow. What time are you gonna do UFC? I am ready for the big main event. I am doing UFC tomorrow, and it'll be starting 10 p.m. UK time, 5 Eastern at the latest. It could even be before that. It doesn't actually start till an hour and a half after that.
The Urban Goth is a legend. They donated £5 via a super chat. Murphy to win RRB trains cause the first match was lit feud with Seth Dominic heel turn.
Murphy is going to win the Royal Rumble, beat Reigns, feud with Seth, Dominic heel turn. I would be surprised at that. I'm not going to lie. I think Roman is untouchable at the moment. I can't see Murphy being the one to end that. I would be very surprised if it went that way. Very surprised. But if it does go that way, you have absolutely... If it does go that way, you should put some money on it. I'm telling you, you'd get real good odds on that. Murphy to win the Rumble and beat Roman at Mania. You'd get mad odds. Mad odds on that. Talking about Roman... is making his way down to the ring right now. So the video package has ended, and Roman Reigns is making his way down to the ring with Paul Heyman. He's got the Universal Championship just in his hand. He stands on the entranceway and holds up that Universal Championship as Pyro goes off. Days is going to get triggered when Alexa gets possessed and transforms mid-rumble. No, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to expect it now, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to expect it. Seeing her transform mid-match and everything, obviously, wasn't a fan. Said my piece. But I think now that's what to expect. So... I think Alexa could win the Rumble. I think she could go in, transform, and get possessed. And well, they're saying that if there's fans in attendance, I don't think there is though, is there? I was going to say if there's fans in attendance, they won't be able to do that. But I don't know. I don't think there is fans, so I don't know. Elite 84 Roman looks pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the Blue Universal. Yeah, there was new figures shown today. They had a new Legends series. They had Diamond Dallas Page, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Big Van Vader. There was another one. Who was the other one? Can't remember who the fourth one was. I remember them looking all right. Cena, prototype Cena. And it came with Devil Vince puppet. So it was obviously based on the Firefly Funhouse match. So it is prototype Cena, but it's more Cena from last year when he was dressed up as the prototype. And it comes with the little Devil Vince puppet, which will be a good way to get. I mean, I should imagine they will slowly start to release those puppets in the Mattel line. You can get them, but I think they've only been available with a Ringside Collectibles exclusive thing. Roman, as we said, slowly made his way into the ring, is standing in there now, holding up that blue Universal. So, yeah, some really nice figures shown. The Rhea Ripley, in particular, was stunning. Really great. Any updates on Billie Kay? No, but I always look forward to seeing her. Always look forward to seeing her. Okay, Roman has been handed the microphone. There's "You Suck" being piped in. He's getting frustrated. I mean, he should know that it's Vince that's piping that in. So he could just go backstage and go, "Why did you do that to me?" Right, let's see what he's got to say. You're not going to see Kevin Owens tonight because I said so. Let's talk about last week. Card subject to change. He's frustrated. Real clever. A lot of people making comments they got one past us. That they outsmarted us. But let's make this clear. That way of thinking is beneath me. Card subject to change is how losers think. I don't miss appearances. I show up. I put in work. I love this. I love the fact that Roman did get played, but he's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It took my health being at risk and a pandemic to keep me out of this ring. Roman says, what if I start doing what Adam Pearce does? Oh, what if he did? He had a last man standing. Talk about being original. KO plays Roman well, says Mary. Aidan Williams, shout out to you. Was it mine or did the ads hit right when Kevin was going to come out? I don't know. I haven't gone to ads. Roman says his back hurts because he's been carrying the company for years now. Paul Heyman, like, giggling away in the background. What if my back continues to hurt? What if I can't make... Well, you'd be stripped. Here's Adam Pearce. So Roman's trying to... Adam Pearce says, look, this is too much. Roman's trying to play Adam Pearce's game. Well, surely if he can't defend the title, he'd be stripped of the title. I think we know who's in control. This is great, man. See Wrestling, shout out to you. Fun fact, the Devil Vince puppet that comes with the Elite Cena is actually different to the ringside Bray. That's interesting. I didn't see it in enough detail. The fact that you favor Kevin, that's what's out of control. Strip him, but not of the title. Says put a spell. I think there'd be quite a few people that would agree with you. You haven't been in a match in like 4, 5, 6 years, and you've got the audacity to complain about how your body hurts. Adam Pearce has done a really good job, actually. He's a bit of an unsung hero. I never complained. Oh, look. The anger's coming out now. Oh, angry Roman. Look, this is a really good promo. It's got levels to it, man. No wonder you never made it to the WWE, and that seems to hurt Adam Pearce. Paul Heyman laughing in the background. Is that funny to you, Heyman? And Paul Heyman says yes. Adam Pearce says, I'll take the physical intimidation from Roman, but I'm sure as hell not taking it from you. Adam Pearce versus Paul Heyman. Let's do it. Are they going to do it? Roman says he's disrespecting you. If he disrespects you, he's disrespecting me. Paul Heyman gets the microphone. You just disrespected the tribal chief. Book the match. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce. Paul Heyman doing his thing now. You think I'm not capable? You think I'm impotent as a man? I'm from New York. I'll whoop your ass. Yes. Give me this match. You want a big main event? You want something new and different? Oh my God. And huge. Adam Pearce. One-on-one. Straight up. Oh, versus Paul Heyman. It won't go down that way, but yes. Shake the hand. Shake the hand. Oh, shake the hand. Why am I shaking? I don't want to shake that. I don't want the match. Your verbal agreement is official. OMG, guys. OMG. Even I'm going into the emojis. Oh, OMG. Oh, I've even added a lol. Accident. I didn't mean to add that lol. That was a mistake. Oh. Wow. Paul Heyman in the main event of SmackDown. Paul Heyman looks Adam Pearce up and down. And starts to walk away. There's a smile on the face of Roman. I'd like Paul Heyman to look a little more concerned. I think there is a bit of concern there, in all fairness. He just kind of like snarled at Adam Pearce and then went... Corey Graves says Paul Heyman is a genius. He's known for his mind, not his competitive skills. Oh, we've got Charlotte and Asuka taking on the Riot Squad. They got Billie Kay with her resume in the background. Also tonight, we've got Big E taking on Apollo for the Intercontinental Championship. That was a rock climbing moment. You're right. You're right. It was a rock climbing moment. Rock climbers. That rock. Oh, look! It just added them. Why does it do that? Sami Zayn is chaining himself to the barricade. Why does it add those symbols? Sami Zayn is handcuffed. He's got justice for Sami sign. Justice for Sami. Oh, God, there is so much going on. There is so much going on. Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Didn't expect it to go that way. I can't wait. It fits the story. I can't wait to see Paul Heyman trying to get in. What's he going to wear? What's he going to wear? What's his entrance music going to be like? Is he just going to come out with Roman? Or have they given him any special entrance music? I want to see what a Paul Heyman entrance looks like. I want to see what he's going to do in the ring. I fully expect the match to not happen. Or if it does, Jey Uso will get involved. Somewhat along those lines. I can't see this being just a straight up match. But, yeah, man. Love it. Whack in. She'll read it. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Roman Reigns versus Paul Heyman at WrestleMania, says the Eddie podcast. Liam Clark says Paige versus Heyman, and people have the cheek to moan
Wacky
about
Miribi is a legend. They donated $1.99 via a super chat.
Oh, you're not
Days
feeling
a promo that meant something.
Yeah, a promo that meant something. What, Liam? You're not feeling that? I think it perfectly fits the story. I mean, it's logical. Adam Pearce has come out because Roman was saying, what about if I do what Adam Pearce did? I think my back's hurting from carrying the company. And so Adam Pearce saying to Roman, just stop doing this. And, it ended up getting a bit of back and forth between him and Paul Heyman, and Roman saying, are you going to take that? If he disrespects you, he disrespects me. We've seen Roman say that to Jey Uso. Of course he would naturally say that to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman now finding him in a situation where he's got a decent about it. Good, man. Sandman882, hope you are well. Please don't put Heyman in trunks, says Burst. Woo! I wonder if he'll come down looking like Bastion Booger. Could you imagine that? This is why SmackDown is the best, says David Conley. Adam Pearce was a 5-time NWA champion. That's true, Sean. That is true.
Sandman882 is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Hey days, I'm glad you're streaming today. Both of my dogs are going to be put down tomorrow and I'm really sad.
Really, really, really sorry to hear that, dude. That is awful news. There's nothing I can say to that. Just that you're absolutely in my thoughts with that. That's awful, bud. Stay strong, man. That's awful news. Try and take your mind off it. And I know you won't be able to, but try and, enjoy what you can.
Anna Dawes is a legend.
Anna Dawes?
They donated £2.99 via a super chat. Do not want to see Heyman shirtless and in shorts.
Well, speak for yourself, Anna. I had to pull a lot of strings to get this organised for your birthday. Once I found out it was your birthday, I was like, I know what Anna wants. I know what Anna wants. She is going to want to see a shirtless Paul Heyman. I was like, how do we do that, though? How do we make it realistic? And Vince was like, well, should we put him in a match? And I was like, brilliant. That is why you are the creative genius that you are, Vince McMahon. Thank you. Thank you. Right, here is Asuka and Charlotte, the women's tag champs. Looking forward to this. Obviously, a fan of Asuka anyway, but, wow. Imagine my joy here. We've got Asuka and Billie Kay in the same match. I don't know that Billie Kay's competing, but she's going to be at ringside by the looks of it. Dun 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 dun. If Heyman fights, he'll wear what he wore against
Anonymous
Punk.
Is a legend. They donated $5
Sammy
via
is,
super chat.
still chained.
Red Octagon. Paul Heyman needs to wrestle in the Bobby the Brain Heenan singlet. Red Octagon.
Billie Kay, shout out to you, Moda. Riot Squad are already in the ring. Billie Kay's in there. She's still got her Punk attire on. It's a slightly different Punk attire, actually. She cost Liv Morgan. I think there's probably a good chance that she'll cost them again. The first match normally gets a little bit of time, but in all fairness, that opening promo had quite a bit of time. We've got Natalya and Tamina backstage. It bothers me how Charlotte always has to have a title. Like, why not just start great feuds instead of her carrying a title? Billie Kay to the outside. She's kind of become the Riot Squad's mascot, hasn't she? Or she's trying to be. I think she wants to be legit the third member, but they don't let her wrestle. They don't let her compete. But anything that shows off her personality is fine by me. So Asuka and Charlotte against the Riot Squad. Billie Kay on the outside. Did anyone notice that Barney Sanders is in the thumbnail? Barney Sanders? Barney Sanders? Something for the kids. Nice headlock by Asuka. Over in the corner. I like Ruby Riott. Face first. She did some good stuff, actually, down in NXT. Ruby Riott. Kind of felt like she was going to be a very interesting person to bring up to the women's division on the main roster. And then, obviously, they did the Riot Squad thing. The Riot Squad wasn't for me. But it certainly had its fans. Into the corner goes Ruby. Ruby goes down. Billie Kay jumping up. Jumps back down outside the ring. Back elbow by Charlotte. Liv Morgan tags in. Tag was made, so Liv is the legal person. Ruby gets thrown to the outside. Charlotte grabbing Billie Kay. Liv Morgan with a drive-by. Morgan climbing up top. Nice crossbody. One. Just a 1 count. Charlotte kicks out. Days, did you hear that Hogan was racist back in 2015? Yes. Yes, that was well documented, and he apologized to the roster. Some of the people forgave him, some didn't. But I think by and large, he's pretty much back in the company now. He was removed from like the Hall of Fame and everything. So card subject to change. Roman got baited by Pierce, and he just returned the favor. He's going to be facing Roman tonight, not Heyman, and Roman is going to murder him. You think that's what they'll do? So you think that Paul Heyman will be about to have the match, and then all of a sudden it'll be, and so then Roman takes his place. Clever. I'm here for all of these twists and turns, man. I'm here for them all. Keep them coming. These two trying to outwit each other. Because it's really important, because it's basically Roman, if he can outwit Adam Pearce, he's pretty much got control of the show. We don't see Steph, we don't see Vince, we don't see Triple H. Like, Adam Pearce is the authority figure. So if Roman can outwit Adam Pearce, keep belittling Adam Pearce, control Adam Pearce, he controls SmackDown. This is... I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm into that job. I'm into that. Rotem says, Days, I want to see Heyman getting trained at the Alpha Academy. My new favourite Paul Heyman line, I'm from New York and I will beat your ass, says Clay Harrison. Riot Squad should be tag champs already. Why does Charlotte and Asuka have the belts? Well, they obviously won them from Nia and Shayna. To be perfectly honest, I think it was probably just a way to bring Charlotte back. Nice, surprise. Asuka needed a mystery partner. Could bring Charlotte back. If you were going to do that, would it make sense for them not to win? I don't know. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm an Asuka fan. I think she's the best in-ring female talent they've got. I like Charlotte as well. I understand people saying, why does she always have to be around a title? But I would argue that in 2020, she was around the NXT title. I mean, she went down to NXT and was working with some of that talent that was coming through. And I thought that her match against Rhea Ripley, widely regarded as the best match at WrestleMania, got universal praise, and I loved it. I thought that Rhea felt huge going into Mania. Even with that loss, they could have easily followed it up and, still done stuff with Rhea. I think Rhea losing to Charlotte at this stage is fine and the right thing. I think Charlotte represents the mountaintop, and I don't think that she should beat her at the first time of trying. Because when we get the rematch, and we're sure to get the rematch, there's sure to be a Charlotte-Rhea Ripley match in the future. She can beat her then, and it's going to feel like a big deal. It'll feel that Rhea has made improvements and that she's now at that level. So I was all for it, man. I was all for it. It's just a shame that the booking of Rhea Ripley afterwards was pretty rubbish. Although she did have a good match at In Your House. I remember that. And she went on to have a little feud with Raquel Gonzalez, and there was a recent match that was great there as well. So there's a few things, but by and large, I think you'd have to say that we could have done, or they could have done a lot better. We're seeing Sami Zayn chained against the barricade. Justice for Sami. Is he going to stay there throughout the whole show? He's being recorded, obviously, for that documentary. I tweeted you a pic, Days, of new Cool Runnings merch. They are the only pictures that I will accept on Twitter. Big chops coming in by Charlotte. She's got, we're a quarter of the way through the show. Flown, hasn't it, already? It's absolutely, fall away slam. By Charlotte. Asuka on the outside. I don't know if this is for the tag titles, by the way. I didn't actually catch if it was a title match. In comes Asuka. Knee strike. We were talking, actually, about Asuka defending the Women's Championship at the Rumble. What if she defends the tag titles instead? What if she doesn't defend the Raw Women's, but she actually defends the tag titles at the Rumble? What if the Riot Squad win and we get this match at the Rumble? Ankle lock. Nice German by Asuka. Asuka goes for a kick. Liv tried to roll her up. Blocked there by Asuka. Asuka going for the Asuka lock. Going back. Ruby comes in. Billie Kay distracting the ref. Oh no! Ruby Riott seemingly had the match won. Kick to the midsection. Hip attack into Liv. Liv goes to the outside. Kick by Ruby. Vicious knee strike by Asuka. Against the rope. Charlotte tags in. Double knees. Natural selection. I think that's it. 2, 3. Oh man. During that match, I was like, what if they win and we get the tag titles defended against Riot Squad? But wasn't to be. Wasn't to be. So, Billie Kay seemingly costing the Riot Squad again. They're dragging Ruby out of the ring. Asuka team wins. Tonight, Sasha Banks versus Reginald it is. Sasha Banks against the Sommelier. And they're showing us Bianca Belair skipping with her hair. How long is her hair, by the way? I had no idea it was that long. It is a weird lineup. An obstacle course challenge. Sasha against the Sommelier. And currently Adam Pearce against Paul Heyman. And we go to commercial break. Sasha versus Reginald. Tyler says, can you keep my mom in mind? She got into a crash. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Wow, there's a lot going on in the world, isn't there? There's so people going through so many things. Definitely keeping her in mind, my friend Tyler. Shout out to you. Renee Young is going to return to WWE for WWE Backstage. That is true. She's going to be hosting Backstage. I think it's just a one-off. She didn't mention CM Punk, did she? She mentioned Booker. And did she mention Paige? Can't remember. But yeah, I think it's next week. But I think it's just a one-off special. You say you like Ruby, but do you like Liv? I mean, I've got nothing against Liv. I think that the booking of Liv has left a lot to be desired. I feel sorry for the way that she's been used. She wasn't really pulling up trees in NXT. She was someone that was used every now and again, but she wasn't really someone that was like a massive name in NXT. She wasn't like appearing at takeovers or, you know, things along those lines. So when she got called up, I've said this before, I felt it was too soon. I felt she needed a little bit longer to be down in NXT. And I think at the start, her match quality, like her matches, just wasn't really there. I think she's drastically improved and is a definite main roster star now. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like Liv Morgan's got bags of potential. She is really young, and with the right creative program, she could really knock it out of the park. But where she differs to Ruby is Ruby was had a lot of indie experience. She was in like Shimmer and did a lot of stuff before she came to NXT. When she came to NXT, she was used a lot more in some high-profile feuds and really felt like she was going to be quite an interesting person to add to the main roster. And then, as I said, when she came up in the Riot Squad just wasn't really for me. So I really like Ruby. I think she's someone that could do well as a solo star. Liv, I think, could as well, but I think she's had to learn a lot more on the main roster. So I don't mind where the Riot Squad are right now. Shame that Sarah Logan's not still around. I am obviously a big fan of Billie Kay and her personality in particular, and I think they're doing some interesting stuff with the Riot Squad and Billie Kay. So yeah, let's see where it goes, but hopefully it'll be a decent year for them. Jay says, intergender match. Apparently so. Days 205 live tonight. 2 dusty matches, including Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa teaming up. But Spark says Liv will get that title one day. Don't worry, Liv fans. Yeah, I mean, she's still very young. I mean, isn't she like 24, 5, something like this? I mean, realistically, she could have another 15 years in the business. And I do think that really this time, until, you know, even still really, she's had to learn. There's been a lot of learning for Liv to do. She got brought up too quick, in my opinion. But as I said, she's a guaranteed main roster star now. She deserves to be on that stage. But I wouldn't worry about the journey that she's been on so far. I think the future looks very bright for her. Right, talking of Liv and Ruby, we are backstage. Here is Billie Kay as well. Billie apologising again. You didn't mean to cost us our opportunity at the women's tag titles. Maybe you should add that to your resume. All the great teams have to overcome obstacles. Oh. Okay, so Billie Kay has got Liv and Ruby into the Women's Rumble. She's doing a Carmella impression. She does a Bianca Belair impression. The squad. Could be the end of the road. Could be the end of the road for Billie Kay being in the squad. Feel for her, man. Feel for her. She can join my squad. I'll start a squad with Billie Kay. Here's Daniel Bryan in jeans. So that's a thing. That's a thing that's happening. Stand against moral injustice, Sammy. Daniel looks at his sign and shakes his head smiling. What's Daniel Bryan got to do and say here? What's happening here? What's this about? What's this about, Daniel? Casual Daniel Bryan. Poor Billy, says Ryan Reynolds. I know, mate. Justice for Billy. Darth Anakin FC. Shout out to you, my friend. Yeah, what is this about? What's he going to say? He's got jeans on. He's got a jacket. He's got a shirt. A week from this Sunday. The Royal Rumble. So is Zayn going to be chained for the whole night, asks Karate Buff. I think so. It's a little hard to explain why he's so excited. He says it's the uncertainty. I could see him winning it. He's got to be a favorite. He's never won it. And people have always wanted him to win it. I do think it's a good few years too late, him winning it, but I do think Daniel suffers without fans. Daniel Bryan is just the leader of the S movement. He is all about that interaction, that crowd response. So Daniel Bryan without fans, I think he has suffered without fans. He should feel like a much bigger star than he does. Daniel says he's very proud of his career. But one thing I've never done is win the Rumble. I think there's a really good chance this is the year. I think there's a really good chance. Oh, hello. Someone's interrupting. Cesaro. The pound-for-pound strongest man in WWE, says Corey Graves. Who do you think is the mystery judge for the Bianca Bailey thing? Oh, I missed that. I didn't hear them say there was a mystery judge. Hopefully Linda. Cesaro went to give Sammy the microphone. He went, no one wants to hear you. I'm fine with Cesaro winning. Yeah, he was the first ever Andre Battle Royal winner. So Daniel's issuing a challenge to Cesaro. You and I can fight right now. Look at the size difference. How about no? Cesaro says, I'm sick and tired of proving myself. Over and over. How about no? Oh, open challenge? Who wants to face me for a match right now? Anyone that's already accepted for the Rumble? Dolph Ziggler? Where's Chalmers? Where's Chalmers? Where's Chalmers? Ziggler on his way down. One half of the Dirty Dogs. Ziggles. Whoever wins the Rumble, Ziggler's going to come out anyway and say, it should have been me. Shout out to you, James Chadwick. Wrestling Days fan says, Ziggler. I think we can all agree that Chalmers just exploded. Chalmers is a big Ziggler fan. I think Chalmers just popped. Literally. Ziggler says he wants to win the Rumble to go to Mania and get paid. Ziggler says, consider that challenge accepted. This could be all right. Cesaro against Ziggler. Could be all right. Dave's great to see you. Hello, Lewis. Hope you are well. C Wrestling says, is Ziggler wearing Alexa Bliss gloves? Perhaps he got an order in on the WWE shop and it just arrived. I mean, you know what it's like. You order some stuff. When it comes in, you want to wear it straight away. So, I could see that. Creed says, Chalmers, where are you? I should imagine people are sending him tweets right now. And if you're not, you definitely should. Daze, did you hear the big plans for Aleister Black? No, I didn't hear the actual plans, but I heard there are plans. And just the fact there's a plan for anything in WWE excites me. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with him. But I didn't hear exactly what the plan was. But, man, Aleister Black coming back. What if he wins the Rumble? It's good this year, isn't it? There's like quite a few people that could win it. Ali says Sammy is amazing. Jean says Eva Marie returns, Women's Royal Rumble and Taya Valkyrie debut. Taya in the Rumble is being reported. The chat was mentioning that earlier. So, yeah, I need to probably get a bit more familiar with her. Because I have seen a couple of her matches from early 2020 when we were watching Impact. But I've got to be perfectly honest, I know very little to nothing about her. I know very little to nothing, so I know what she looks like. So if she comes walking out, then at least I'll be able to tell you that she's here. But outside of that, I'm going to have to rely on you guys. There's so many people that can win the men's and women's rumbles. I love it. WWE finally bringing out the inner plan de Lind. Daze, do you like horror movies? Have you seen it? Do you know, I have. And I hated the first one. Hated it. I thought the modern ones were okay. I was more into the recent ones. That first one, it was like, I think it was originally a TV thing. It's really long, man, and it's I wasn't that into it. So yeah, I was never the biggest fan. It's iconic, and I appreciate it for what it was. But yeah, I think the more recent ones were better. Certainly the first of the two recent ones. Dave in Real Life says, I still want Jay White in the Rumble. Sorry, New Japan fans. On behalf of New Japan fans, this is what they will say. Storyline, stupid. He's not really leaving. Thank you. That was my inner New Japan fan. Yeah, they're pretty adamant that he's not going to leave New Japan. But it would be cool. It would be cool. Do you think Apollo's heel turn and Sammy face turn? I don't know that Sammy has turned face. Apollo's definitely heel. Jay and Roman beat Kevin and Big E. Sammy helps Kevin and Big E. I don't know. When we start going down roads like that, my brain just kind of goes, I don't know. I'm struggling to see a Sammy face turn. I like this conspiracy stuff that he's doing. Mike says, how about no? Rumble fact number 3 has been the first elimination for at least 16 times. Oh. Days, if Rock was still a full-timer / part-timer, do you think WWE would have allowed Bray jumped off screen to use that Uranagi move as it's similar to the Rock Bottom? It's a good question. They are very particular about what they allow if things are similar, so maybe not. Maybe not. But they're so, do you know what I mean? Their careers are so far apart that so I think if he was a part-timer, it wouldn't be a problem, because he's kind of, well, I say part-time, like once a year. If he was just at Mania or whatever, it wouldn't be an issue then. But yeah, I mean, you don't see other superstars doing pile drivers, do you? I mean, only Undertaker's allowed to do those. Cesaro swing. That Sammy documentary better be real, says Lister. Hey, it'll be fascinating if it is. Do you think they'll do a Broken Skull with Becky? Definitely. If they did Bailey and they did Drew, they'll definitely do the Man. Definitely. And there'll be so much interest in her. Like, people will want to know about the baby, and they can explore her relationship with Seth, and definitely. King of Swing. Oh, that was great, wasn't it? Do you remember when he had that logo that was like King of the Ring, but it said King of Swing? That was cool. Right, have I changed the graphics? No, I've just got the word Daniel Bryan on screen. Ziggler versus Cesaro. We are 9 minutes away from the halftime scores, my friends. 9 minutes away. So start thinking about how much you've enjoyed the show and what score you would give that out of 10. I feel like this has been a really fun show, a really successful show so far. Dave, should Scott Steiner and Lex Luger enter the Hall of Fame in 2021? I feel like Lex Luger has to go in, yes. Scott Steiner? Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that would prevent him from going in. Lex Luger obviously was caught up in some stuff, but he's found God now. And I think he used to work backstage in WWE in the wellness policy, so I kind of feel like he's got an okay relationship with them. But, well, to the point where we're going to get a documentary on him, aren't we? He's one of those documentaries in the Icon series. So I think there is a good chance, yes, of him going in. I'm not so sure about Steiner at the moment. Cesaro pins Dolph. This is good. Look, Cesaro getting some big wins week after week here. That's how you build people. Cesaro starting to become a problem. Daniel Bryan says, if you think that momentum is key for the Rumble, then maybe no one's got more than Cesaro right now. He's in great shape. People have wanted him pushed for a long time. He's winning some key matches. Beating Daniel, beating Dolph. Could it be the year? Is this the year that they pulled the trigger on Cesaro as well? Sasha getting in the face of the sommelier. I so want the Broken Skull sessions with Reigns and Bray. Listening to their wrestling minds would be incredible, says Liam. Sandman882 says, I hope this means Cesaro is getting a big push. Creed says, Sasha versus Reginald. It is boss time. It is boss time. Sasha Banks, baby, versus Reg in old. It is boss time. When is the Royal Rumble? A week on Sunday. What do you think about Ciampa and Thatcher as a tag team? Think they're good? Think they'll be a good team? They're not people that I would keep together for a long time. That's cool. That's cool. So, Sasha making her way down in this new 8K entrance they've got. If you've got an 8K TV, I should imagine it looks stunning. But it's a blurry background, of course, as she makes her way down. But as she gets to Sammy, Sammy's there with his sign, and she's just laughing at him like, okay. Sasha laughing at Sami Zayn. I didn't know I needed that in my life, but I did. Original, it was a TV mini series. Tim Curry as Pennywise. Terrifying. 8K camera. Reginald has declared himself for entering the Women's Rumble. Creed says Chalmers is probably sad now that Papa Ziggler lost. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's funny because it's true. Shout out to you, Heather. Hope you are well. Moda. Hey. Days, if Taya comes to WWE, he should he should use as his music Fight of... Oh, wait. My bad. Someone's already using that. Bring her on anyway. That would have made sense, wouldn't it? Days, I'm surprised WWE has kept Aaliyah and Murphy, especially since their social media views are high. Do you think WWE doesn't bother since SmackDown has got good ratings? I honestly think that there's lots of metrics that they use. At the end of the day, it comes down to what Vince wants to do. And I would imagine that YouTube views and things like that do play a part, but I don't know that they're the be-all and end-all. I really don't. I don't know that you can look at YouTube views and the most viewed. I mean, if you go back into the history of like some of the most viewed videos, like I think Eva Marie's wardrobe malfunctions got like 44 million or something, and like Great Carly for whatever reason gets mad views. Like if YouTube views were the be all and end all, like Great Carly would be all over the show. Crazy, honestly. I think like is obviously a big deal in India, and I'd imagine that a lot of those views come from India. But yeah, if you have a look and filter the WWE channel by views, there's some very, very surprising results that come back. So it's probably taken into account, but it's probably taken into account with a lot of other things. And I mean, yeah, I would imagine how each segment performs ratings-wise is also taken into account. And, I mean, I don't know about you. I was into Aaliyah, and we had fun with it, with the whole tuck thing and her fashion and everything. But I think if you was to take that away, I don't think it was brilliant. It felt more Raw than SmackDown. Didn't feel SmackDown to me. Certainly not like what we've got now, where they're pushing Nakamura and they're pushing Big E and they're pushing Cesaro, and we've got incredible storytelling with Roman and all of that going on. The Murphy-Aaliyah relationship just didn't feel right on SmackDown, so perhaps more so they looked at that and they were like, we need to jig this. I mean, Daniel apparently plays quite a big part in the creative process. He could have gone. He might have had a say and been like, "Don't like it, doesn't work. We can do. Murphy deserves better," which I don't think is unfair. I think Murphy did deserve better. Right, Sasha versus Reginald, and Sasha is in the ring. Carmella is making her way down. Reginald is in his usual attire. He hasn't. He's not in wrestling gear or anything. Sammy is still chained there. He's got a different sign now. I can't see what that one says. Reginald's first match, I guess. Brother Nero says, Days, I think Seth should return as a heel. Heel Roman and Seth as best mates could be everything. A two-man power trip. It could be set up for Mania 38 Rollins versus Reigns. That'd be epic, wouldn't it? That would. I'm with you, man. I am so with you on that. Right, the bell has sounded. Reginald is like, whoa, chill out. Chill out, sister. Right, he's going into his pocket. What's he got? He's got a rose. He's going to woo her. He's doing some wooing. Sasha gets given a rose. Sasha's eyebrows are blue. Have her eyebrows always been blue? Or is this the first week they're blue? I can't say I've noticed them being blue before. Sasha goes up top. Arm drag, but Reginald flips over. He grabs Sasha from behind. Cirque du Sommelier! That's a great line! Cirque du Sommelier! Sasha gets behind the Sommelier. He rolls out the ring. No. Backflip to the outside as well. He is just flipping around. Sasha grabs him, hurls him into the ring steps, but he flips over the top. He stumbles over to Carmella, but he manages to stop himself. He's loving it, isn't he? Against the ropes, duck underneath, over the top, spins over. Actually, do you know what? Now they've said that, I think there was a guy that was signed from Cirque du Soleil. Is that who this guy is? Reginald. Oh, Bulldog. Reginald goes down. He's over in the corner. That's why I'm the boss, baby. She's the boss, baby. I've seen that film. I didn't know that was her. Oh, no way. Breaking news. Sasha Banks is the boss, baby. Roll up by Sasha. Reginald on his knees. Oh, look at that escape. That was sick. Reginald, man. Got some moves. He's got Sasha up, arm drag. Reginald over into the corner. Sasha charging over. Reginald. Have you noticed how Reginald hasn't struck Sasha? He's attempted a few moves, but I don't think he's actually executed anything, has he? He's got her in his arms right now. Picks her up. She turns it into an arm drag. There's been no punching, no kicking from Reginald. He's just been doing a lot of flipping. Meteora by Sasha to the outside. Oh. I'll tell you, for a second then, I was like, oh no, it's gone into the crowd. I was like, yeah, okay. Just for a moment, I forgot. Lovely flip by Reginald. Kicks coming in by Sasha. The thing with Reginald is he is flipping and he is doing a lot of good escapes, but he just doesn't look like he's not a threat. He's got some really good escapes, but if he could add some sort of offense, any kind of offense. I feel like I've done more to Sasha than what Reginald has. It's just been Reginald kind of flipping all over the ring, all over the Thunderdome. Bank statement to Reginald. Reginald taps. There's some decent moments in there, but I think you call that a match in a quite a loose way. Yes, they went one-on-one. Yes, there was interaction between them, but don't know. I can understand Fox not wanting to see, like, a guy punching a woman in the face on their channel. I can get that. It's intergender wrestling done the WWE way. I don't like her blue eyebrows, by the way. I'm sure this is the first week she's had them, but it doesn't look right. No, this is the wrestler they signed from the Ringling Brothers. Oh, we're in Roman's dressing room. We've got him. I know. And he fell right into it.
Vape Ross Vape is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. Reginald is a very lucky man. Wink wink, say no more.
Reginald is a very lucky man. Shout out to you, Vape Ross Vape. Paul Heyman's like, I know what we're doing. It's such a good plan. And Roman's like, no, you're having the match. That's what I expect you to go out there and do. Look at Heyman's face. Heyman's like, Paul, be a man. Handle your business. Heyman, all of a sudden now, this is why Heyman was all right earlier. In his mind, he's like, he was under the impression there was going to be a switch. Look at his face. Oh, oh no. Paul Heyman's world has just come crashing down. Roman Reigns, Paul, be a man, handle your business. Oh. I love this show. I love this story. Oh, that face. That face. James Chadwick says, not so cocky now. Paul looks dangerously nervous. Sonny laughing, Austin laughing. It was fun, wasn't it? Anna says, I just Googled Reginald, and he was in Cirque du Soleil. They did, something in my brain, when he said Cirque du Somalia, I was like, oh, that's so clever. And then I was like, hang on, no, they did sign someone. They did sign someone from Cirque du Soleil. What an interesting way to use him. What an interesting way to use him. Shout out to you, Anna Dawes, whose birthday it is today, if anyone missed it earlier. Happy birthday. Again. Shout out to Anna, and shout out to everyone that's joining us. It is a little bit late compared to, well, I don't know. This is the first break we've had since, but it is halftime score time. So get your halftime scores in. Piers Wrestling with a 6. Shaquem 23 with a 6. Jason Diggs says hello. Hello. Jay gives it an 8. LSW gives it a 5.75. Brandon, 10 out of 10. Austin says 7. The High Flyer says 7.75. McLurg says someone should turn Paul into a meme with that face. 7 from Austin. 7.75 Wrestling Days fam. Future Compilation says 7.5. Brad G says 7.5. Zachary says 6.65. Sapphire says 5. Shout out to you. Brandon says 9.57. Sandman882 with an 8. Tony with a 7. Tom with a 4. BOD with a 7.5. Sean Reset with an 8.75. McLurg with a 8.8. Jitin with a 10. Taboy with a 7. Buttspark with an 8.3. Dean Winchester with a 95.5. Harley says this deserves better than a 7.25. Brandon says 9.57. William Hensey with a 7. John with an 8.25. Jay with a 7. Alfie with a 6.75. Scott with a 7. Dave in real life with a 7.6. Anna Dawes birthday cakes. Creed with a 7. Warsaw Till I Die with an 8. Aiden, shout out to you. Asuka's eyebrows are dyed pink and nobody minds that. That is true. That is true. I think it's just the change, to be perfectly honest. I'm looking at Sasha's and I'm so not used to seeing it that it really stands out and it's not working for me. Plus also, like, Asuka's hair is, like, multiple colours. Her ring attire is multiple colours. I think her eyebrows being a weird colour, like a pink. I don't know if that's as jarring as, like, Sasha, who, like, is quite glamorous and calls herself, like, the boss. And I don't know. I'm sure I would get used to it. But I think for this week, it's like, not feeling it. Not feeling it. But it's a good point. You are right. Asuka's are pink. Anna 775. Sunny Wolf with the 7. You can see all the others firing through. I feel like there was a lot of 7s in there. I think there were certainly some 8s, but there were some 6s as well. So I don't think it's unfair to say that I think the community is at a 7.5. There hasn't been an OMG moment. This has just been, for me, a really solid show. So I think that's really fair. I think that's really fair. I'm not sure that I'd be going into 8s, but I do love the fact that we've got a different main event. I do love the fact that Cesaro's being pushed. I do love the fact we've had Asuka and Billie Kay. I do love the fact that Big E is thrusting and swinging the IC Championship towards Sami Zayn, who is still handcuffed to the barricade. Some fun stuff going on, man. Right, and we've got an Intercontinental Championship match. I heard that Vince had said that no one cares about the IC title. I mean, that might explain why the IC title match is just not the main event tonight. We've seen it defended a couple of times. Like, I really feel like this should be made to feel bigger. Do you know what I mean? Than it does. But I just think Vince feels that no one cares about the IC title. Rotem says, I love this mobster Roman. Big E charging over. Big boot by Apollo. Apollo coming over. Big E up. Ooh, Inzaguri by Apollo. And that's really unsettled Big E. Big boot. Standing moonsault. Connects. Apollo 2. Only gets a 2. Only gets a 2. Izzy and Taya says, what are they done with work? So I've not been on TV. I don't want to share time. Roman Reigns right now. No one cares because they made it to where no one cares. Build it up and people will care. That's true. That is true. But that's why I think this doesn't really help, if I'm being perfectly honest. I kind of feel like this is to shoulder up. I kind of feel like this should have happened at the Rumble, and what they should have done this week is have Apollo spending more time with Roman and really establish that he is part of that group. It's just strange that the IC title can't main event this SmackDown. Lovely moonsault from Apollo. Comes crashing down onto Big E. Big E getting thrown into the ring. Apollo, what I do like from Apollo is there's some intensity here. Big E going up top, forearm strike. Give it more prestige. Make it the main event. Or make them earn a shot. Big strikes to the midsection by Apollo. They're both on in the corner. Middle rope. Big E goes down. Oh, hello. Sami is now undoing the handcuff. So, what's happening now? Sami getting involved. Are we going to get could we get a triple threat at the Rumble? Could it be Apollo versus Big E versus Sami? Sami getting in there. Haluva! Haluva to Apollo! Sami getting in the face of the ref. Another big Haluva as well. Sami takes out Big E. This is what a champion looks like, screams Sami. Well, there we go. Sami Zayn. Interrupting this match. I wonder if that means we're off to a triple threat. Right ending. There was no other way to end that seriously, says Harley. Tonight we've got, I can't believe this, Adam Pearce against Paul Heyman is our main event. That's probably going to be starting in about 25 minutes. We've obviously still got the obstacle course challenge to come with Bayley and Bianca Belair. Triple threat at the Rumble. Could be fun, man. Kevin Owens not here tonight. I think, are we going to... Oh, there he is. Where is he? Kevin's got an Andre the Giant shirt on. Roman pulled some strings to make sure I wouldn't be there. At the Rumble, there's no more strings for you to pull. We will settle this once and for all. Roman could attack Kevin Owens outside, says Barrett. They said Roman is no longer in the Thunderdome. Shout out to you, Lauren. Hope you are well. Kevin says, those victories that you got over me, you didn't earn them. Your family did. He says all his tattoos mean something to him. Ah. Those are his granddad's initials that are tattooed across his... I didn't know that. I didn't know that. This is a very personal promo, isn't it? Kevin says that he didn't make it in time for them to see him make it to WWE. It's a shame about the IC title. It used to be great when Tito Santana, Macho Man, Ricky Steamboat, Rock, Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, Edge, Ultimate Warrior had it. I think we can have that again. I think there has been some really good IC matches recently. If you think about AJ, Daniel Bryan, and Sami Zayn carrying it, Big E having it now, I think is absolutely fine. I think there's been some good stuff with the IC title recently. It's just needs a bit more prestige put back on it. Kevin says at the Rumble, I'll be the last man standing, and no attack or anything like that. His promo fades, and we get a little advert for the WWE Network, I believe. The B, no joke, it stood for Benoit that her... Oh, it went... Oh, no, her grandmother last name. A source just told me they had plans to turn Apollo heel, but it was scrapped. That means we won't see Apollo talking to Roman anymore. Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame. I really liked that. I thought that was a really good way for them to go. So, what we have got on screen right now is an advert for Conor McGregor tomorrow. We are streaming it. If you are watching it, make sure you're joining us. We're going to be here before, during the early prelims, during the prelims. I honestly have watched, I would say, well over 10 hours of videos, interviews, previous matches, analytics, analysis, predictions, tons of stuff that the UFC has put out, and loads of other people. I've probably watched a good 10 hours plus today alone about tomorrow. I've got notes after notes after notes after notes. So it's going to be massive. So Really looking forward to that tomorrow. Austin says, I really would love to see Kevin Owens win the world title again, but it's not happening. It's been 4 years almost. Austin also says, Jobber McGregor. UFC 257, big. Tomorrow is huge. Sonny says, I'm going to try and not sleep in for UFC. Could you imagine if I did that? Imagine if I have a little nap just before and I wake up and I've missed it all. Fun fact, that's definitely not. I won't even nap before. I am not taking that risk. Cade Wrestling Entertainment says, did you hear that on WWE's The Bump, Chad Gable said that Jason Jordan is training to get back into the ring? We might get a surprise return at the Rumble. Yeah, I did and I didn't hear stuff. I haven't heard. What I heard was that Jason Jordan would like to get back into the ring and would like to compete again. But I didn't hear that he was medically cleared or that his injury issues had been resolved, or I hadn't heard any of that. So I honestly can't tell you where we are with that. So could he be a surprise? Sure. But I haven't heard anything. But then saying that, we hadn't really heard anything about Edge until he speared Elias at SummerSlam. And then when he speared Elias, all of a sudden that was him getting physical for the first time in years and years and years. It wasn't just a promo. It was him doing something in the ring. And all of a sudden, that's when people were like, could he come back? And then obviously it was like, could we get Edge at the Rumble? And there he was. On this day. What a moment. What a moment. And sure to come back again. I would say that Edge is a pretty good shout for coming back at the Rumble. Again, like, you're just a week away. Just over a week away, guys. 38 minutes left of tonight's show. We've got the obstacle course. We've got Heyman against Adam Pearce. We're sure to have a few other little bits and bobs as well. When is Tyson Kidd going to return? I know that he's cleared, says BOD Talks. I haven't heard anything on Tyson Kidd. We've got a little graphic showing us who's been announced for the Rumble. Or the Rumbles. See everyone there? I would name everyone, but there's about 12, 15 guys and about the same women-wise. Right, we're backstage with the Street Profits. Angelo Dawkins has got a fruit basket. Hello, what's happening here? There's, Dolph talking to Sonya. Sonya in a sharp suit. Sonya looks great, doesn't she? Sonya looks great. Oh, they've got her. It's for Sonya? Okay, they're here to discuss some important matters. So they've brought her a basket. She looks great, man. She looks awesome in that suit. Have you heard anything on Brock? No, actually. No, nothing. No reports on Brock. Even Wrestle Votes earlier when they were talking about big matches and they mentioned Cena, Goldberg and whatever, but they didn't mention Brock. You won 2 Slammies last year. You absolutely deserve a rematch. Time being. Hang out backstage. Keep doing your funny segments. And we'll give some new teams opportunities. I actually think that makes sense. Sonia says, look, Montez, you're still injured. You need to get healed up first. It looks a nice basket in all fairness. I saw a pretty juicy pineapple in there. I saw a current photo of Brock. He looks a lot different with a big beard, says Monday AJ Styles BCC Nash. Oh, hello. Ding dong, hello. Ding dong, hello. We had that last week, of course, and that set up the Belair Bayley Obstacle Course Challenge with 34 minutes to go. Guessing that's going to be our next segment. I love the fact that when Bayley said obstacle course, Bianca Belair, eyes, honestly, it was as if someone had just given her a puppy. She was like, so excited. Ding dong that. Okay, here we go. We've got the obstacle course being set up. There is the obstacles. This reminds me of the rookie obstacle course back in the old NXT days. I should imagine Titus O'Neil is getting a little bit nervous looking at this. Is it obstacle? Who cares? You don't come here for spelling. Well, you better not. I can tell you that much. Obstacle course. I want to see Omos in the Rumble. Imagine the look on the... Dude. Yipsy. That would be awesome. Omos coming down. What if AJ was in the ring on his own? Like, he'd eliminated everyone. And it's like number 12. And number 12 comes down and it's Omos. AJ could have a big smile on his face. And then Omos comes in and gets right up to him. Could be cool, man. But then they do work together. That could be really interesting. I hope someone doesn't do a Titus. Cheater Bayley is going to cheat to win, says Austin. Big tires. Yes. Imagine Billie Kay takes Bianca's place after intimidating... Oh, imitating her. Definitely not intimidating. I don't think Billie Kay's intimidating anyone. That is not on the resume. That is not on the resume. Are they trying to make Reigns the new Brock? I don't think they're trying to make him the new Brock. I mean, I think they're just making him the... Well, he's at the top of the card. But he's doing it as a heel rather than as a face. He's always been pushed heavy, but we've never seen storytelling like this. This is just, I am lapping it up. Sammy and Dolph for the women, Liv and Ruby, says Harley. Did you know that Adam Pearce has a wrestling background? Yes. He was very big on the indie scene, especially in the NWA. And I believe in Ring of Honor as well. Jim says, this stream to you is brought by the letters W, D, and the numbers 3 and 14. So there we go, guys. We're going to do some more learning on the next stream. On the next stream, we're going to learn if Conor McGregor can beat Dustin Poirier. Battle of the Superstars. Professional sports stars back in the 1970s and 80s had great obstacle courses. We have seen obstacle courses before. We've seen a couple of guys do obstacle course, and I can't remember who was in it. Who was in it? I remember an obstacle course. Maybe in 2019, I feel like was Bobby Lashley someone that was involved in that? Was it Lashley and Sami Zayn? Might be the last time we saw an obstacle course. I am pulling that off the top of my head, let me tell you. Either way, doesn't matter because they're not involved in this obstacle course. Ding dong, hello. It's Bayley and Bianca. Yeah, new WWE Chronicle, all about Bianca Belair, drops on Sunday. Does that mean she could win the Rumble? She wins the Rumble and then they drop a Chronicle on her. You want to find out more about the woman that just won? Bianca Belair getting her intro from, dare I say, a slightly plump Michael Cole. Dare I say that? I've said it. Actually, I think he's all right. Looking at him now, I think he's all right. I don't know, actually. There's a bit of plumpness there. Belair comes out looking awesome, as always. Bayley's here in a Bayley tracksuit. Look at this Bayley, a red Bayley tracksuit. Oh, we need that as a... We need that as a figure. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 Michael Cole. It's a timed challenge. 400-pound tire. Over the hurdles. Okay. Alpha Academy. Chad Gable's part of the obstacle course. He's gonna put them through a full body functional move. What is this? And then you got to put a ball through the net, and it's all timed. The EST is ready. Bayley's going to go first. I'm surprised that Bayley's going first. I thought she would have made Bianca do it and then gone there. Right, Bayley picks up the tire, manages to flip it. Goes down the entrance ramp. These little things. What's the point in them? What's the point in them? Yeah, she's taking her time. What's she doing? Okay, she's run round them. Okay, now she's... Right. Bayley picks up... What a great look for Chad Gable. What a great look for Chad Gable. He gets picked up, put on the shoulders of Bayley, who carries him. She manages to do it, but she collapsed down to her knees. Now she's got the basketball. Oh! Oh! Nothing but net! And she sets a time of 1:12, but that's... Don't know, man. She took her time on some of that. They're going to eat... They're ESTing up the course. Ah, okay. That's better. Now we've got some bigger hurdles. Right, tire's over. Belair goes running down. Over the hurdles. Over. Over. She's got the bigger one with the rope. She Jumps up, manages to get over the top. Chad Gable chatting away. Your next challenge. Oh. Oh no, she's got to carry Otis. Ah! Oh yeah! Oh, she's doing it! She's doing it! Belair carries Otis! Ah, look at Bayley. Bayley getting frustrated. Bayley tries to stop Belair. Belair dunks it and wins the challenge in 17 seconds. Oh, yeah! Oh, nothing but net. Look at that. LeBron. Belair. Oh, throws the basketball right in the midsection of Belair. Throws in some forearm strikes. I love the fact Otis just appeared out of nowhere. That was awesome. Oh. Into the basketball hoop. Got him. Love this, says your boy Yoshi Sensei. I'm surprised Belair lifted Otis. I should imagine Otis was surprised as well. Bayley, frustrated, walks away. Belair down. Okay, we've got Dominic and Ray. Are we going to get Dominic against King Corbin? Dominic says he's very comfortable with what he can do in the ring. Okay, Dominic King Corbin. That was fun, man. That was all right. That was all right. Dom Mysterio versus King Corbin. Corbin, yay. Where's Cain? I don't know if I was really expecting Cain, because he was released and I haven't heard that he's been re-signed, but hey, I'd love it if he came out. I really would. I love Cain Velasquez. I think there's a really good chance here that Belair could win the Rumble. Really good chance. Baby Bayley would make a great new champion until my Seth sister returns. Harley says, that was better than expected. Belair will lift a car full of house husbands, says David. Ray heel turn, says Adam. WWE Maniac Collecting Idiot says, I'm on the Thunderdome. Have fun, my friend. We've got 20 minutes left. That is it for this show. 20 minutes left. We won't be sticking around too long after, because stunningly, I've got even more videos that I want to watch about tomorrow. So, as we said, we'll definitely, obviously, finish the show off. Get your thoughts, get your scores in, but yeah, we won't be sticking around too long tonight. And then, of course, we're back tomorrow for that massive, massive stream. But yeah, I thought that was better than expected as well. I mean, I kind of wasn't too down on the idea of it anyway, but you know WWE can go really overly silly with those things sometimes. But I thought it was pitched very well. I love the Otis bit. Rotem says, every time I see Bianca, I can't forget Billy saying I'm on my own. Sonny says, shout out to Sapphire. Does Sasha turn heel, then face Bianca at WrestleMania? I don't think you have to do heel versus heel. Heel versus face, sorry. I think you can do face versus face. So I would like that, actually. I think if you do Sasha Bianca, and there's a lot of, like, it's based on respect, because I read Bianca saying that if that was to happen, it would be huge. It would be like Black History, to have two black female superstars competing over a women's world championship at WrestleMania. That would be a big deal. That would be huge. And I think you could tell that story, and you could really build it around respect. And I think you could do face versus face. So I don't think there'd be a need to change either of them. I'm down for Bianca winning the Rumble. I think makes sense. She did really well the other year, where she got like loads of eliminations, and she's someone that would be credible. I mean, if she wins the Rumble, it makes sense. She's got the cardio to outlast everyone. She's got the strength to be able to eliminate people. She's a very, very good wrestler. Up and comer, main event talent, no doubt about it. I mean, she's in there with Bayley at the moment, and more than holding her own. So I think she makes sense. I really do. And SmackDown's all about building stars. We're pushing Big E. We're building Nakamura. We're pushing Cesaro seemingly at the moment. I could see her doing it. I could see Belair being the women's winner. She, I think, would be my pick right now. I was torn between her and Becky. I suppose I still am, but I do think Belair stands a great chance. Dominic Mysterio is making his way out. I wouldn't expect this match to go long because, of course, we've got a commercial break and we've still got to do our main event. Bianca is overrated, says Zachary. Chalmers is here! Chalmers! We were talking about you earlier. We was talking about top 10 sexiest community members. And we were laughing about how your name wasn't mentioned. I'm joking. It was Ziggler. Was you excited, Chalmers? Was you excited? Let us know. Ronald says, Days, we should have a father-son wrestling match between Ray and Dominic versus Finlay and Hornswoggle. Don't you mean Vince and Hornswoggle? I definitely don't see Becky winning the Rumble. King Corbin has got one black leg, one gold leg on his ring attire. You are right on it was Lashley and Sami Zayn in a military obstacle course. Oh, amazing. In 2018? Wow. That's longer, further back. To kick out by Dominic. Clothesline by Corbin. Big clothesline outside the ring. Dom versus Corbin. Why do I think someone is going to cheat and Corbin wins? Well, Dominic on that bottom rope. I really feel that Dominic needs to put some muscle on. Big strikes to the midsection by Baron Corbin. As we know, former Golden Gloves boxing champion. Amazed they don't use that in his gimmick. Into the corner goes Dominic. Smile on the face of Corbin. Do you remember when Corbin used to have that long hair? He's going to look to put him away, but Dominic manages to reverse. Basement drop kick. Corbin against the ropes. 619 gets caught. Gets caught. Scouted by Corbin. Dominic on his feet. Big strike. Right hand and Dominic goes down. End of days. End of days. Dominic goes down. Dominic loses. Corbin wins. Corbin wins. So I wonder what he said. Let's do it my way next time. What is Ray's way? Dominic said he was very confident in his abilities, and he's just got squashed really there. There's Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman. He's fuming. Paul Heyman's fuming. This Monday. What will happen when Drew and Goldberg are face to face? Right. Heyman versus Adam Pearce. Unbelievable. I can't wait to see his attire. Is in a suit. I'm not sure that you're going to get an attire if I'm being perfectly honest. What happened to Corbin's Knights? It's a good question. Perhaps he just felt it was only Dominic and he didn't need them. Daze, did you notice how Chalmers didn't answer your question? That's very rude. That is very rude. After I was so kind and to mention him. Unbelievable. Look how I get treated. Look at how I get treated. Yeah, Chalmers, if you are still there, or perhaps you're still crying, I'm not sure. Was you excited to see when Dolph Ziggler came out? It is now well known that you are a big fan. What if Carmella's assistant wins the Rumble? I don't think he's in it. And also, that would be awful. I have no desire to see him going up against Roman. William Hensey says, WWE should have done something to Murphy with Chris Hansen, where Ray's daughter and Aaliyah there. William Hensey, of course, our current reigning prediction champion. William Hensey, the champion of the channel. Put some respect on William Hensey's name. Put some respect on it. Daze, imagine Ray and Dominic are 1 and 2. They'd just stand side by side. No way Ray fights Dominic. What would happen, though, if they were the last two? What happens then? I think Ray would eliminate himself. Daze, I'm a sexy man. I never doubted that. After all, I live in a city where a legit fun dance song was written about the city they live in. Okay. Daze, tomorrow is my birthday. Let's hope that Connor and Manu win. Happy birthday tomorrow, Sahil. Hope you have a great day, my friend. I like how they keep talking about the Golden Gloves thing. Seriously, that's what they should be doing. You're right, Harley. You are absolutely right. They should be talking about his Golden Gloves thing more. Absolutely. Sonny says, the day I win the UFC predictions, the world will ensue into chaos. Oh, it will. It'll happen one day. Hayden says, I respect you, William, as the Wrestling Days champion. King Hensey. They've got King Corbin. We've got King Hensey. Right. We've got 10 minutes, friends. 10 minutes to go. Renee Young returns. WWE Backstage returns. The following contest. Here we go. Adam Pearce has got some tracksuit bottoms on and he's got a WWE jacket. So Adam Pearce's ring attire is pretty awful. All hail Queen King William. There's a women's match tonight on NXT 205. There we go. That was great last week when he said that. This is, I mean, what's really good about this story is I want to tune in to see what happens each week. It is like a proper TV show. It's like a proper drama. The story dominates the show each week. This guy, even watching the replay, I'm like, ah. Okay. Here we go. Look, Paul Heyman making his way down. He's just in his suit, but the tie has been loosened, and he is wrapping his hands as he's making his way down. He's been told to be a man. Oh, and he tries to get up the ring steps, but oh no. Oh, he's tripped. He's tripped. No, he can't put a weight. He's fallen over, guys. He can't put weight on it. He can't put a weight on it. Adam Pearce is like, really? Is that what we're doing? Card. Subject. To change. So Roman's music hits. And Roman starts making his way down. Oh, look at him, man. So it was a trap. After all of that, it was a trap. 8 minutes. Card subject to change. Doesn't Adam Pearce get to choose who the replacement is, though? It's card subject to change. Oh, Superman punch! Oh, he was waiting for that. Superman punch! Well, Adam Pearce is not going to have time to think about it. Superman punch, and Pearce rolls out of the ring. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, is in our main event against Adam Pearce. The match that we thought we were going to get. Oh, big strike by Pearce! Big strike by Pearce! But that's just wound up and upset Roman. Pearce charging over. Low blow. Over the barricade goes Pearce. Roman walking. Well, he is huge and he is jacked, Roman. Into the Thunderdome screens goes Pearce. Yeah, this is a WWE official that Roman is legally allowed to beat up. Oh, this is good, man. Clever. Clever. A heel that's actually smart. Well, I loved the idea when the chat was mentioning it earlier, but then it looked like we were actually going to get Heyman, and I loved that as well. Brilliant. It's just brilliant. Oh no, mystery person, what's going on? Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens! Kevin Owens attacking Reigns! Kevin Owens. I don't know why my brain didn't go, well, it's got to be Owens. But my brain didn't. I was like, it's a mystery person! Maybe it's Linda! Right, we've got... Oh. Into the barricade goes Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens thrown into the ring. Roman Reigns going after him. Super kick by KO. Oh, stunner! Roman is down. Owens in the ring. think this means that Roman wins the match by DQ. I'm not sure Adam Pearce is going to mind that the match is now over. And Roman now is having to deal with Kevin. We've got a lot of officials coming down. A lot of officials are trying to break them apart. So Roman down. He just got thrown into the barricade. Oh, and he manages to slip past them. Big kicks, big knee strikes. Beat him up some more, says Butterspark. Roman trying to get up. The officials trying to hold Kevin Owens back. We've probably got a couple of minutes left to go, though. He rolls in the ring, straight back out, kick to the midsection. Stunner! Stunner by Owens! Are you watching? Who's he talking to? He says, are you what? Oh, it's Heyman. Owens has got Roman. Pop up. Power bomb! Through the commentary table. And all the while, Kevin Owens is staring at Paul Heyman. We've got the little trademark in the bottom corner. This show is going to end with Roman laid out on that announce table. Man. Roman through a table. Yeah, that's the end of the show. Twists and turns all the way, man. Start off with Roman and Adam Pearce, and then all of a sudden it looks like we're getting Heyman. Heyman then thinks that it's a plan. Then he finds out that it's not a plan. Then it turns out to actually be a plan. And then Kevin Owens gets involved. It's like all over the place. It's a hell of a ride. Helicard says Owens taking out his frustration for another pay-per-view loss. Austin says people were hating on Pearce and Paul happening. Crazy. We knew they wouldn't have a real match. I was still down for a real match. I'm down for anything that's going to be like logical and different, and that would fit the storyline. I mean, when Paul Heyman's face when he thought that Roman was being serious and he was going to actually have to have that fight, it's brilliant. Why can't Raw be this good, says Dave in real life. Well, it doesn't help that it's 3 hours, does it? Okay, get your full-time scores in. As we said, we're not going to be sticking around for too long because I do have some videos that I've got to watch. Obviously, that next stream tomorrow, UFC, it's going to be over 8 hours long. This was, 3 hours. Tomorrow's stream is going to be over 8 hours long. So big stream tomorrow. So I do want to go off and get some prep work for that, but certainly not going before you guys manage to get your scores in. Very interested to know what people thought of the show. Roten with an 8, John with an 8, Tony with an 8, Tom with an 8, John with an 8, William with a 10, LSW with a 6.5, Elijah with a 7.25, Adam with a 10, McLurg with a 10, Daniel with a 9.95, Those Kids Act Dumb with a 7, Oscar with an 8.5, Elijah 7.25, Eric with a 9, Jay with a 9, David with a 7, Brendan with a 9.57, Shaquem with an 8.9, Andrew with an 8.5, Austin says, can't wait for tomorrow. Neither can I, my friend. Warsaw Till I Die with a 9.9. Shadowboxing Gamer with a with an 8. AG Games with a 10. Sapphire with a 9. Scott Turner with a 7.25. John with an 8.2. KO'd Tribal Chiefs out of 10. I like that. Basti with a 10. Jennifer Lockhart, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Gaming in real time as well. That's a really good question. Where was Jay? I don't know where he was this week. It just seemed like he wasn't there at all, doesn't it? So, don't know. I don't know where he is. Anna Dawes, the birthday
in
girl.
Real time is a legend.
8.5.
They donated $2 New Zealand via a super chat. Days, where was Jay in this instance?
I can only guess he just wasn't there for some reason. We didn't see him throughout the whole show, so yeah, I'm not sure on that. So yeah, Anna Dawes, the birthday girl, 8.5. Austin 316, the non-birthday girl, 8 out of 10. Jennifer Lockhart, should get your message read out in a second. I don't think the voiceover woman is Lockhartist. Days, no.
Jennifer Lockhart is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. KO versus Roman is how storytelling should be done. This is a storyline I'm invested in and okay with it continuing. Oh, and hey there, Days. Winking face. 8/10.
8 out of 10. Shout out to you, Jennifer. Hope you are well. I Wrestling Days fan 775. Hayden with an 8. Harley says you've got to give this at least an 8, otherwise you'll be sued. I think it's really difficult, actually, in regards to that, because I think the Roman story is brilliant. I think Cesaro, Dolph was fine. I really like the Asuka Charlotte Riot Squad match because they're some of my favorites, and I love what they're doing with Billie Kay. I think the obstacle course was fine. King Corbin, Dominic. I can't remember what else we had, actually. Big E, Apollo, Sammy. You know, had been there throughout the show, and yeah, it was a really good show, actually. When I'm sitting here thinking, what would I change? I mean, look, we didn't get an OMG moment, and that's where I would really be going into the 8s. So it's not as if we had like The Rock come walking out or something like that. I always like to leave room for the, you know, you look at that show, you go, it's a really good show. How could it be better? Well, you could have had The Rock come walking out. You could have had a call-up from NXT. You could have had a heel turn, a face turn. You could have had, like, anything like that. We didn't really get anything like that. For me, it's just a really, really solid show. So I'm gonna go 775. I'm gonna go 775. I think that to go into the 8s, I would want an OMG. I think everything was solid. There wasn't really anything I didn't enjoy. I think 775 is a really good score. Yeah, that Roman thing is awesome. It's awesome. I'm all over it, man. Austin 316. So almost an 8. Almost an 8. I could be.
Austin 316 is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Days, did you hear YouTube Days, not you Days, but him Days say you Days are not good Days? I think that Days is jealous, not you Days.
Okay, Austin, what I would say there is that your addiction and kind of your stalking habits towards me, maybe Tommy, I feel like that's the moment that it's just got out of control, where you've sent in a super chat with the word Days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've actually managed to send a super chat that includes the words Days, or the word Days, 10 times in it. Okay? I want you to shut the internet. I want you to find a number, a helpline that can help you, right? We're going to get through this. I am addictive. I know this. I've been told this, right? I think you've got a problem, right? We need to find a way forward, because what you're displaying right now, it's not healthy. It's not healthy, my friend. You know it's nothing but love. You know that I call you my little rock climber. You know that, Austin. You know that. But I think this doesn't feel healthy. Let's put it that way. This doesn't feel healthy, okay? My little rock climber, you. Dave in real life says, fun fact, Austin is a creep. Days, you forgot Billie Kay and the women's match. No, I said I really liked it. I liked all the women involved. I do. I like them all. So I included it. I ain't going to forget Billie Kay and her resume. Hey, I would have given it an 8 if we'd have seen the resume. Where was the resume? That's my big question coming out of this. It's all well and good giving me good storytelling, but that's not what I tune in for. I tune in for a piece of paper that's got to be laminated. It's glossy. It's got a head and shoulder shot the one side and all of Billie Kay's achievements on the other. And there was a distinct lack of that tonight. So we have to take that into account when we're scoring the show. So just saying, yeah? Just saying. Right, we are done, my friends. As I said, I'm not going to stick around too late tonight because of the fact of tomorrow. Massive thank you to everyone that did join us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Even if you weren't crazy about it for whatever reason. But I think those scores were really good. So, yeah, I hope you had fun with it. I don't know if you've heard, but we're streaming tomorrow for UFC 257. So make sure you stop by, say hello if you are around. Sunday, as I said, I don't think we'll be doing anything. Honestly, I think my voice will be shot, and I don't know. I don't know. I really don't think we will be. I do want to get another Royal Rumble watch-along in before Royal Rumble, though, and I think Thursday we will do that. So, as I said, tomorrow UFC. I don't think we do anything Sunday. I think I'm going to need to recover. Monday, we do Raw. Tuesday, Superstar Spectacle. Yes. I keep calling it Spectacular, but it is Superstar Spectacle. Wednesday, AEW and NXT. Thursday, Royal Rumble watch-along. Friday, SmackDown. And then, of course, at the weekend, we've got the actual Royal Rumble. So, lots coming onto the channel.
Jennifer Lockhart is a legend.
A big
they donated $5 via a super chat.
Jennifer!
This is your wake up. I am convincing you. Here's the 0.25 you need to that score. Done right. Kissing face.
Well, I said I could be convinced. And there was a kissing face in there. And if there's one thing that I am susceptible to, it is a little old kissing face. So there you go, Jennifer. You've managed to convince. I sat here. I was like, well, I could be convinced. Well, there we go. I'm a weak man, guys. I'm a weak man. So, I mean, like, this is why Austin plays on it. Do you know what I mean? So, shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to everyone that joined us. Hope you had fun. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.